Welcome to the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Touchdown, Braylon Edwards.
Braylon Edwards, touchdown, Michigan.
Running pattern to Edwards, touchdown, Michigan.
Where we bring you the best in sports, entertainment, and insight. Join us every weekday from 2 to 4 p.m. as we break down the latest games, analyze the biggest plays, and dive into the hottest topics in sports. We'll have exclusive interviews with your favorite athletes and guests, and you'll get a front row seat to all the action. So tune in to the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Got one-on-one going end zone. Edwards in the air. Oh, what a catch by Braylon Edwards. His second touchdown of the game.
On the Woodward Sports Network, where sports comes to life.
Okay, here we go. We're at the middle of the week. Man, it's going to be the fastest 2 hours that you will view here on YouTube and on Woodward Sports. It is the Braylon Edwards Show. Haley is in for Ryan today. It's good to have Haley in for a second time this week. Always spices things up here in studio, and it's great to have the staple that is Kool-Aid, who watched the Pistons last night, I'm sure, instead of watching baseball playoffs and others. And you were a busy dude after.
My chopped liver over here? My afterthought?
No. You were the busiest dude of everybody. I mean, right after the show, you go catch an early flick, and then you get home, and you and I are texting about baseball last night. Pretty interesting stuff.
Fun day, man. Glad to be here with you guys. Glad to have Haley in the booth. It's always a pleasure to work with her. It's going to be fun today. And then my right-hand man is in the last day of this week before he goes on to South Carolina and dives into the family as he should. But excited. Last night, great game. We can talk about that. Saw a movie that was very interesting. We can talk about that. But let's start here, Shep, if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
Like, I am enamored with individuals that know how to follow through. There's nothing greater than someone, Shep, that says, this is what I'm going to do, and then that person exactly does that. Do you kind of agree on that? You see where I'm going?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Like, we were talking about, not honesty and truth, but just doing what you say you would do. A friend of mine, Tobe Wigway, who is a Grammy-nominated artist, started his journey in football years ago, transitioned into rap and hip-hop music, and he and his family have been doing it for a while now, doing it at a high level. Everything they do is dope. The color collabs, the things that they do, even how they present the music, their videos, that they take you on a visually stimulating journey. Well, got a chance to meet him last year at Calvin Johnson's camp. So we got a chance to talk shop, talk football, talk music, just talk life, talk kids. Fast forward to earlier this year, I noticed that he was doing a collab with Reebok, and he was doing his own shoe, his first shoe with Reebok. So I sent him a little DM. I said, hey man, congrats on that. You work hard, you and your family deserve that. May God continue to bless you. Shep, he responded, what are your sizes? What are you and your lady's sizes? I'm like, 13.
That's not the reason you reached out.
That's not the reason at all. I reached out legitimately because he had good energy. He was great during the camp, and he was fun to talk to. So sent the sizes. Didn't even think anything of it. Didn't think anything more of it until got a package today. Didn't recognize the name because it didn't say Reebok. Didn't say Tobe Ngwe. What it said was something I didn't recognize. I opened it up, and Shep, I love when people follow through.
Wow.
I introduced you to the Reebok Chukwu.
Well, let me get this box out of the way.
Chukwu is his middle name.
Yeah.
Like,
oh wow.
not only did he send one pair.
Oh, that is really tight.
He's fire, right? You know, just a little something my guy sent me.
Don't forget that too.
Right. There's a Reebok bag as well that comes with it. The bag is super dope. Let me see the bag.
Oh man, that is sweet.
Isn't that a dope bag?
Yeah.
It's got the Chukwu on it, man. I love that he's branded his own name. That is the name of the shoe. It is the Chukwu. It is not something crazy.
What will you use that bag for?
Everything. Shoot. Travel.
Yeah, for travel. Yeah, it's a good size. You know what? It's a perfect size of like a weekend night bag. You know what I mean? You don't need a full Samsonite, some type of luggage. You use something like that, and it's perfect for it.
So, you know, I just had to show my boys some love, man. I love people to follow through. And you didn't even expect them to or ask them to. Literally was calling him to show him some love. And he responded in kind and sent these. I'll do a video at the, one of those reveal videos, Haley and Kool-Aid. I do one of those at the house later on and send that and post that on my socials. So It's dope, man.
Did you
Appreciate you, brother.
Did you pick the color?
Well, it's one color.
It's one color.
Yeah, it's a mint colorway.
Yeah.
Like, it's the only color they have in this shoe for right now. And this is it. And I'm glad I have it.
What are we wearing the mint color shoes with? Help me with that.
Mint's like the color right now. Like, so probably, yeah, mint's a huge popular color right now. Probably a hoodie, probably some type of jogging suit. There's a bunch of different companies that make that. Maybe get some fashion advice over there from Haley because she always comes in.
That's the reason
on
I asked.
par.
Yeah, that's
well, you can ask Haley. Haley, what would you wear with the shoe game?
You got the mint color. Okay. They go with blue. They go with beige. They could go with black.
Yeah.
You can do all the earth tones.
True.
I actually love those.
Definitely could dial into the earth tones.
They're so cute. Mint, yeah, you can wear with anything.
Yeah.
I like
Got the
mint
gum
and
sole.
brown. Green and brown is a good combo. For me, I love mint and pink. And like you
Can't
said,
say that I own
Shep,
anything pink, but I got it. You know, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it with tan, beige. They're sweet though.
Yeah, those are.
And I like the bag.
I appreciate the bag is fire. I'm not gonna lie, like the bag right now is the thing I'm most excited about.
That's
Yeah.
a little extra
'Cause
something.
I think the shoes,
Yeah.
you know, once I looked, I said, "Oh man, he said the shoes is dope." What's this bag about? I didn't know I
bag
was
is
getting
sweet.
that. So no, I appreciate you, Tobe. That's dope, man. You
Yeah.
followed through.
In the words of
didn't have
Kool-Aid.
to at all.
In the words of Kool-Aid, that's fire.
That's
so
fire.
That's really good stuff.
Speaking of fire, I know it's the Halloween season. Are you guys Halloween moviegoers, watchers, etc.? Or Shep has passed you by? You know?
No,
care?
I love scary movies.
Okay.
Okay.
Fair.
So I don't want to categorize Halloween only with scary movies.
Okay,
But
because it's not.
the-
You're absolutely right. I'm year
Right.
round.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I really enjoy scary movies, and I usually watch them with my daughter because she loves scary movies too.
I saw a movie last night. It's a
Okay.
very unique movie. The movie's called Good Boy. All right.
Okay.
That's about a dog. It's a scary movie through the lens of the dog. So the dog is the main character.
I've heard of this. Yeah.
100%. Obviously, the owner, the master's talking, and some other conversation by humans. But the dog is in first-person camera, first-person view, and is the main character. And I'm not gonna lie, they did a really, really, really good job with this movie. Now it's also some BS in it, but every movie has a level of that. I think it did a really good job. I don't want to tell too much of the movie because I don't want to be like my mom. Yeah, Mom, I'm talking about you. I'll just read you what it is, and then we can go from there. A loyal dog moves to a rural family home with his owner, only to discover supernatural forces lurking in the shadows. As dark entities threaten his human companion, the brave pup must fight to protect the one he loves the most. I'm telling you, this movie was very interesting, very intriguing. And it's only about an hour and 25 minutes, 30
good.
minutes.
Yeah.
So you don't have to waste a ton of time figuring out if the movie is going to be good or are you wasting your money. 125, I mean, it's an hour and 25, in and out. I think it was very, very, very well done. And it's interesting.
What emotion did it create? Did it stir inside?
Intense. Like, it's an intense movie because the whole time you're just wondering. Because you know how people care about dogs. And it's sad to
Yeah.
think people care more about dogs than they do other humans. But when you watch this movie the whole time, you're praying and you're hoping no harm comes to this dog. Like, you're praying nothing comes to him. So every little move, every little thing the dog responds to, when the lights go out, oh no, what happened to the dog? The hell with the owner at this point. What happened to the dog? So I'll stop now before I give something away. But it was very interesting, it was well done.
You like going to the
Well
theater
shot.
still?
Yeah. I do. I enjoy the experience, man. Like, it's nothing like going to see, like, F1 came out. I think Maverick was the first movie that I said I think the movies might be back. When Top Gun Maverick came out, like, I was on the edge of my seats. The popcorn tastes a little bit better. The nachos taste a little bit better. And, yes, I had both because the movie was 2.5 hours long.
You have nachos at the movie theater. That's interesting. Okay.
Do you ever
Never-
bring your own food to the movie theater?
Sneak
My
it in?
own food? Nah. Because I like to eat food at home. Like, so at the movies, nachos is about the sloppiest or the most type of food. Food is at home. Hamburgers, wings, all that. You're bringing your own food?
You sneak it in?
Yeah, because they hype up the prices.
Oh, you mean like
in
the
movie.
You
snacks
lying about that.
and such?
Are you talking snacks or are you talking food overall?
Both.
Oh wow.
The snacks,
I get.
The snacks I get.
Do you ever watch those videos where they'll try and bring in like a whole pizza or a
Hold on.
whole
No.
burrito?
You've done
or
this? Please explain. Hold on, he's guilty. You gotta explain this now, Haley.
What? I'm on a budget. The movie theater, they rack up those prices like crazy, just like the airport. And that's why, same with the airport.
Yeah.
I won't bring like a whole meal, but definitely on the snacks. And then movie theater, yeah, like.
What food have you brought
snacks
in
I don't have a problem with. When you say a whole meal, I'm picturing you in a Tupperware with
You-
a plastic.
I would
Yeah,
think
that's what I'm saying. What
potatoes.
food have you brought?
I think
a
that's
little fast food moment, just throw it in the hoodie, and then you're
Okay.
good.
Okay.
I'm not mad at it.
I think
just can't
I think
eat
it might
with
be a
that.
little much. I mean,
But I don't eat in the car.
I would eat before. You don't eat in the car.
I can't eat in the car. I eat in the theater.
You've never. You go on a long trip. You're not eating in the car. You're not grabbing something and eating while you're driving.
Nah, I don't eat and drive. Like, I'm going to smash it before I get in the car. Like, if I'm driving, I'll smash before I get in the car. And if I'm not driving, I'm going to smash before I get in the car.
Throughout 3 hours into a road trip, you and I go to a game together.
Yeah.
3 hours. You're not eating at all.
Not a meal, because I can't enjoy it.
There's
Like,
something
I'm one of those
special about
It is.
stopping halfway and then going to a fast food place.
I'm a creature of habit. Like, when it comes to a meal, like, I legitimately have to, whether it's cooked at home, whether it's DoorDash, whether I went and picked it up and brought it back home, whether somebody brought it over, I have to sit it down in front of me. I have to figure out what I'm going to watch.
I see you eat salads here on a regular basis.
That's different.
Standing up.
Salad is different. It's salad, and you're trying to put something in. I need to get one now. I haven't eaten today, but 100%. But it's something about sitting in front of a TV, eating and watching something, having something dialed in at the same time.
I want to get from A to B, man. So I'm eating while I'm driving, and if I'm going on a long road trip, I need something to drink and something to munch on.
Are you enjoying that food, or are you just eating that food?
I'm enjoying getting from A to B is what I'm enjoying. more than
I hear
anything
you,
else.
Shep. Look, man, I remember one time I was running late. I went and got some McDonald's for lunch, and I was at the light, and I was tearing down. Sometimes those fries are just right. I was tearing down, right? And some told me, look up.
Somebody caught you.
Somebody was right next to me. Both of them, they were looking, just cracking up. My man had the phone. I was like, bro, like, did you record this? He said, no, we just messing with you. But sometimes the fast food is just right, especially when you're on the move.
Yeah, only time I eat fast food in the car is back in my days before I was back in the gym and trying to eat healthy. Trying to eat before you get home so nobody knows the BS that you ate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that. Now then I would, because it's kind of like, what McDonald's? Meanwhile, fries are coming out of my mouth.
Why are you talking about me, bro?
Like, what's up with this fry box that you have on your passenger seat? Shut up. Don't worry about it. Mind your business.
As I've gotten older, I feel the need to at least be able to view somebody making my food, just because of some of the things that have been said and alleged, from what I can tell. That's good. I have not enjoyed. I can't think the last time I went to a movie. Maybe it was a couple years ago. I went to visit my daughter in East Lansing. She wanted to go see a scary movie, so we went. The experience was brutal because I think people are just flat out rude, man. I think they're just rude. I think they're rude at the gym. I think they're rude in the theaters.
Man.
These guys sit next to them, they're talking the entire time. I mean, luckily nobody was around us, so we were able to get up and move. But you know, if you say, "Hey, man, do you mind keeping it down?" You're the bad guy, right?
You can't even say that today.
I say that all the time at the gym, quite honestly. Hey, man, I can hear your conversation. I don't want to hear your conversation. If I can hear your conversation over Metallica, that's a problem, right? So, but then they're looking at you, you know, like you've got lobsters crawling out of your ears. Oh, my God, I can't believe you would have the gall to say that. Well, there's all these signs that say no talking on your cell phone. Go up in the lobby, right? It's the same thing in the theater. I mean, people are talking, and they're not whispering. It's not, hey, Braylon. It's, you know, Braylon, I think you know what's going to happen here is that guy's going to jump out of the box, and he's going to stab her right there. That's what's going to happen. So I said, enough of this. I just can't do it.
It's funny you say that. Like, so yesterday I went to the movies with me and Miley, Brittany's daughter. We went to see the movie. She recommended it. I said, fine, you recommend it. I'll take you. We'll go. We went. We get to the movie. We're sitting in the back. Like, Shep, there's legitimately 6 people in this theater.
Yeah.
Theater holds about, it's a smaller theater. Theater holds about, I don't know, 75. There's
Sounds right.
6 people in here, okay? So we come in, so our seats first, sit down. Another couple comes to their seats. They sit one in between empty space next to all these seats. And I know that you have to pay online. I know that you have to recommend the seat you want. But you know at some point that this theater is going, this is it.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
this is it. Fast forward. I'm a talker. I am. It is what it is. This is why I have this microphone. This is why I do this job. So maybe I was talking a little bit too much yesterday. 52 minutes into the movie. 52 minutes into the movie, this lady leans over to the right, and she said, "Excuse me, could you keep it down?" Like, there wasn't a whisper. There wasn't a first time kind of like a warning. There wasn't like a polite, "Hey, can you keep it down?" Or just like a move, because it's an empty theater. She was loud, but before I could even engage and say, "All right, I apologize, we'll keep it down," because I was talking a little bit, the way in which she asked, she got past the point where I was going to be polite.
Yeah.
She got past that point. Like, she stood up darn near. She's talking. I'm like, first of all, shh, you a little too loud, which is ironic because I was the one talking yesterday.
Right.
But I told her, I said, keep it down. She proceeds to say louder, "You're the one talking." This is her. She's getting loud with me, Shep.
Yeah.
So now I'm in a situation where I'm like, all right, I'm on this date, my girl's daughter. I don't want to be disrespectful in any way. Got to protect the situation. I said, "Ma'am, I'm only talking to a man. I talk to your husband, not you." So then neither of them say anything the rest of the time. He's there the whole time, mind you. Says nothing, Shep. He leaned over once. He looked. He said, "Oh, hell no." And he went back to watching the movie. I think he saw the size and was like, "I'm outmatched."
Yeah.
Then proceed. So the movie's over. Excuse me. So that happens. They calm down. We calm down. We watch the rest of the movie. I talked a little bit, but maybe not as loud the rest of the movie. Fast forward, it's over. We walk down. We're going out. She comes to the ledge.
Oh my God.
Ledge. She waited. She clearly waited. Gets to the ledge and proceeds to yell, "You don't want to see me talk loud." Because I told her, I was like, "You're the one that's being loud." She was like, "You don't want to see me loud." The whole time I haven't seen her husband. I still haven't seen her husband. Fast forward, go out, tell Miley I'm using the restroom, go use the restroom. I come back. I look over at customer service. She's legitimately talking the customer service guy's head off about what happened in the theater, trying to get free tickets.
Trying to get free tickets.
So
right.
what I will say is, I may have been talking, but ma'am, I think I enhanced your ticket experience because one, tickets on Tuesday are $5, so pipe down and relax. But two, you got free tickets. You can go see whatever you want to see next time.
Yeah, there's 6 people in the theater.
Just go move.
If it's bothering you that much, it's easy to look. I don't want to. No offense to people, but I don't want to sit. If there's only 6 of us in the theater, I don't want to sit close to anybody anywhere. So I would like to move around a little bit. I'd probably move someplace else. Whether they're prepaid or not, what difference does it make, right? Go sit someplace where you can spread out, where you can whisper a little bit. I just think in the movie theater, rent the movie at home if you're going to talk a lot. You know what I mean? You're supposed to enjoy that experience. I thought part of the experience at a movie theater is to watch it on the big screen and have the complete attention.
Yeah, part of my
for
experience
some people,
is being able to talk about what's going on. All right, cool. So you saw that. What do you think? What do you think is about to happen?
I get that. But if she's close to you, go ahead and move on. She's just move.
100%.
It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
For
it's
some,
one of those things. Go ahead. Cool.
No, I was just gonna say real quick. For some people, it can decide relationships. I'm salty in the chat. Say if my girl ain't sneaking in candy and snacks during the movie, she is not the one.
Facts. Facts.
They don't check you anyway, do they? At the theater anymore?
Not anymore.
is-
I noticed that.
For the cost of popcorn and the cost of.
But that's why you got to go on Tuesdays, Shep. Tuesdays it's the chill day.
Hey,
It's the
get the
member
hat.
day. You go on Tuesdays.
Well, I'm learning that now.
The movie's
Okay,
only,
it's haircut
$5.
Thursdays. It's haircut Thursdays,
And it's
movie Tuesdays.
$5 tickets, and also if you're a loyalty member, which I am, it's free popcorn.
We might
So
have
you
to make
can't
the
beat the
Braylon
deal,
graphic, bro.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to make the graphic with like what Braylon does each day, so
telling
everybody.
you.
Well, we
Can
know
live
on
the
Tuesdays.
Braylon
We know
way.
Wednesday's show starts with a Braylon movie.
Yeah.
And we know Thursday starts with a Braylon haircut and beard trim.
Yeah.
That's
There we
what's
go.
most important. Now,
I felt like she was Brian Branch in this situation.
Okay,
I
possible
feel like she was
segue.
Brian Branch because, yes, Juju Smith-Schuster did those things and he taunted. He did all that, but it was a setup. Because, yes, I was talking in the movie, and, yes, I was a little bit loud, and, I apologize for that. But she did not allow me to be polite. So she punched me without me being
the
able to talk.
customer service agent was the referee.
100%.
Yeah, Bray was just playing between the whistles.
I was just
That's
playing
all he
between the
was
whistles, 100%.
The same
Got
referee who, according to Dan Campbell,
Yeah.
did get buzzed, and I don't mean buzzed in any way of alcohol, weed, or anything like that. I mean buzzed by New York to say, take a look at the Jared Goff touchdown. We will talk about that. This is a problem the NFL is going to have to deal with. He played for 8 years in that league, and it's his league.
We talked about this yesterday.
I know. I want to, but we didn't know at the time that Dan Campbell told everybody. I mean, he said it this morning on their flagship. Listen, or was it this morning or yesterday morning, whatever the case, he has said the league, he was told by one of the officials, the league intervened. That's a serious problem. We will get to that after this. If you have a serious problem, you want to make sure you get Ven Johnson from Ven Johnson.
I'm going to tell you like this.
Lions gotta call Ven.
You about to stop stealing my transitions, okay? You're getting too good at stealing my transitions I'm trying to talk about. The corporations, the government, and even your insurance company, and how they'll do whatever it takes to minimize their liability. But you don't want them to minimize that. You want them not to withhold your compensation. So what you do is you contact the fighter, and that's Ben Johnson. You make sure he's the first call whenever you're going through any situation, any matter. Let him fight for you. He will get to the bottom line. Don't waste time with other attorneys. Don't waste time with other practices, other firms. Just don't waste time. You got the guy. You got the guy that's proven. His track record speaks for itself. He's the fighter. Like, who names themselves the fighter if they're not down to fight? He's down to fight, so let him fight for you. VinFights.com.
All right, big deal coming up here, and that is, of course, Michigan and Michigan State getting ready to tangle against one another in East Lansing. It'll take place on November 25th. You want to be there, but maybe you can't. What's the next best thing? I'll tell you what it is. You go to Art and Jake's Sports Bar and Grill. It's there in East Lansing, and you got an opportunity to see the Woodward Sports pre- and post-game show right there in East Lansing. One of 6 locations throughout the state of Michigan, but still with the great 80 television set up. It's also got 22 draft beers, and it's got a menu to die for. The stuff that you have come accustomed to eating while watching football. Do it at Art and Jake's, and make sure you're there in time to check out the Woodward Sports pregame show here on Woodward Sports.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new face. New focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Every Sunday, there's only one place to get all your kneecapping, hard-hitting Detroit Lions coverage. Start your Sunday with the Lions Weekly Report with Broder and Terry Foster. Then, the Lions pregame show with Neil Rule and Sean Baligian. At kickoff, keep it locked in for all the emotions of the game with a live watch party with the heavyweights. Then, recap the game with the Lions postgame show with Anson. Game days, there's no other place to be than Woodward Sports. Live all game day. Go Lions. Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shep Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. Head to WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com. The Super Bowl parade in Detroit will be one for the record books. Detroit just does it different. Woodward Sports, your official Super Bowl or Bust Lions network. You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking. And the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports.
Looking to start a new fitness journey, but look no further. Come to Planet Fitness because there's no judgment here, man. You come down to Planet Fitness, feel good, look great. At least that's what we want you to do. With over 50 metropolitan Detroit locations, we want you to come to our gym and start your journey. There's trainers on staff to get you in the game, to get you dialed in, to help you along the way. But once again, there is no judgment. You can start as you are, and we'll get you to where you want to be. Squeaky clean gyms, check. Trainers and staff, check. And then it's fitness that fits into your budget. We're not trying to hit you over the head with an arm and a leg. Planet Fitness, it's the gym for you. Fitness is always essential.
You know, we were just talking about Art and Jakes and the pregame and postgame for Michigan State. Woodward Sports here. We want you to be part of it on November 25th. When you go to the game, or when you're watching the game at home, maybe it's a tailgate at home, maybe you have a traditional party when Michigan and Michigan State play. There's nothing better than watching that game with Sun Cruiser, vodka iced tea, and Woodward Sports. Let me tell you why, all right? You don't want to get all filled up on things, right? You don't want to get bloated because you're going to be eating cruddy food for the most part. And that's okay because you enjoy that, right? You enjoy the pizza. You enjoy the wings. You enjoy the nachos. Sorry, Brandon,
I'm hungry.
But those are all the things you want. So if you're going to fill up on that, make sure you don't fill up on your drinks. Well, Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea is right in rhythm with you. It's just 100 calories, but 4.5% alcohol. It is clean, it is crisp, and it is real iced tea, and it is no bubbles. Real vodka as well. Please drink responsibly and enjoy Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea today.
And we back.
Okay, I've said this for a long time about the Lions. I think there is I think they are cursed is probably a strong word. All right, the Bobby Lane curse of 1958, I believe it is.
Yeah.
Or 59, I forget exactly which year, but
58 because they won in 57.
Right,
and
but
then
then
he
he
got rid of
played-
him in 58.
yeah, he played the following year, and then they traded him to Pittsburgh for Tobin, and Tobin Rote took over. Either way, curse might be a little strong, but you have to admit there are a number of things that have hit the Detroit Lions that are rather unique to anybody else in the National Football League.
Yeah.
Whether it be somebody dying, Chuck Hughes dying on the field of play, okay? Eric Andlusek, God rest his soul, on his front yard getting hit by a truck.
Utley.
Mike Utley, Reggie Brown. We could go on. There's a number of things that have taken place in that regard.
And then there's a lot of things that aren't even that morbid that have been taking place.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
I think Sunday night was another, at least paragraph in a chapter of being cursed. And that was on the very first drive. People know about it by now. Jared Goff, under center, quickly leaves, gets a pass from David Montgomery, catches it like a pineapple, scores the touchdown. Takes an extended period of time for them to throw the flag and realize, well, that was an illegal motion call against Detroit. Come to find out, Dan Campbell was told by a member of the officiating crew that New York buzzed in and interfered with that call. It wasn't going to be called unless New York was involved. Here's what he told the flagship station in Detroit after hearing that news.
I want to ask you one, and I want to go back to it. I don't want to harp on, just like we had talked about earlier, but when we asked you, did that call come from New York about overturning the Goff touchdown? Are you guys inquiring as to why you were told that, or inquiring as to what happened in that situation, why they went back a minute and a half later and threw the flag?
Yeah, we asked on all of that. We asked on all of it, and I can't tell you any of that.
But it was an official that told you it came from New York?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, obviously it's raised a lot of questions and concerns from the fans. I know you guys probably have a lot of those too.
Yeah, really good stuff there. And our thanks to the Lions flagship station in Detroit. And thanks to Kool-Aid for putting it in there. He sounds downtrodden.
Yeah.
And rarely do you hear Dan Campbell like that. I am not claiming that was the difference in the game. I am not going to sit here and tell you, you see, this is what they lost by. Right. Subtract that. No, that's not how it works in football. You know that better than anybody, okay? There is a different feel to things when when certain events take place. But I will say this: the National Football League is bordering on a credibility problem. If this is interference, and it's not supposed to happen, and whether they have recognized it or not, they must be under a frickin' rock if they don't recognize that the Kansas City Chiefs involved in all this. When you have a university in this country doing a study on how often Kansas City gets flagged compared to everybody else, you should recognize that you've got a problem with this team and there's a credibility problem with this. The National Football League needs to issue some type of statement, and God bless a reporter who should be out there asking Roger Goodell and those in charge about why something like this would happen.
Yeah, that university was the University of Texas El Paso. Look,
yep.
I'm not going to raise my voice today, and I did that yesterday about the same matter, but I will say, and Mom, I apologize, this is bullshit. And I said it yesterday. This is interference. If the referee that you have assigned to be the white hat, if you've assigned this referee to be the white hat and he has his crew, if they can't figure it out, then that's negligence on that part, and that's something that gets discussed after the game. That's when they grade out the games and where they were wrong and where this and that. That's where you grade out and say, hey, you missed that touchdown earlier. It should have been this. It should have been an illegal motion. You should have thrown the flag. You don't call into the game. You don't call into the game, interfere and say, hey, you might want to check this. Basically saying, throw the flag on that play. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing about the Kansas City? What is it about the Kansas City Chiefs that you have to keep doing this for them? They've already won their Super Bowls. You know who's trying to win the Super Bowl? It's the Detroit Lions, and they're trying to win it the right way. But here you guys come, once again, knocking the Lions down, coming up with these random-ass rules, just like you did against the Seattle Seahawks on the goal line, just like you did against the Atlanta Falcons on the goal line, just like you did against Calvin Johnson and the Chicago Bears catch. When does it stop? Oh, my bad. Here's Taylor Decker and Skipper. Here's freaking Pettigrew. Like, when does it stop?
Yeah.
At this
KJ Brown for Seattle, batting it out of the end zone.
Because at some point, like, if the shoe is on the other foot, if it's a different team, do they call in against that team? Because now that's the question in Detroit. Right. Do they call in if it's Kansas City Chiefs versus the Eagles? Do they call in on the Eagles' behalf? Like, hey, you might want to check that and take a touchdown away from the Eagles. Do they do it if it's Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills? Do you take a touchdown away from him? No, but it always seems like Detroit catches the brunt of whatever the NFL in that game wants to do. At the end of the day, calming it back down, you cannot interfere in games. You pay referees, and might I add, well. I look at what these refs make, especially the ones that wear the white hats. Shoot, I might leave this show and go do that. Maybe I'd be a little bit more competent than those guys. Like, you pay them to do the job. If they don't get it right after the game, when you go over the tape, you look, you grade them, and you say you missed this. Right. And you get docked. And when you get docked in this business, it's the difference between you maybe reffing a Super Bowl or your team coming back next year and figuring it out because how bad your ranking was. This is BS NFL. It has to stop. There's no room for this in the league. This is blatant interference.
Think about the credibility issue the NBA had when they found out about Tim Donaghy. Okay? When that opened, I remember saying at the time, that opened Pandora's box, not just for NBA officials, but for all officials. When you see things like this, you can't help but at least have it creep into your mind. I'm not saying one of them was guilty of such an action. I'm just saying that's what leads to speculation. When you allow things like this to go unfettered, when you allow things like this to go unchecked, and when you allow things like this to happen without an explanation to a fan base, and it's not the Lions fan base. I'm talking about football, the football fan base. Everybody's talking about this, and rightfully so. This is not whiny Detroit saying, boo-hoo, Detroit versus everybody. This is what you did to us. Everybody's got those T-shirts.
I just became a Detroit Lions fan 5 years ago, so this isn't about the Detroit Lions. This is about what the rules are. Kool-Aid, you're a spades player. You play spades. You know, Shep, I'm sure you play card games.
For sure, yeah.
100%. Haley as well. Can somebody on the side, can somebody tell you that, hey, man, you missed that renege? Hey, you may want to go look at that last book. They renege. Right. You can't do that.
Right.
It's up to those individuals in the game to figure it out.
You got to catch me reneging in a euchre game.
100%.
Right.
And
not that I should. I'm just saying.
You know, every once in a while, you know, bleep happens. No, but also what this leads to is now the NFL feels like they owe the Lions one. So now they're going to screw the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this upcoming game because they owe the Lions one. I don't want it to be so bad in reffing to where now there's IOUs. Well, we played the Lions, so when they play the Bucs, let's make sure we don't see a couple plays, or let's make sure we call plays to keep them in the game. Because that's what it's borderlining on. Because you owe the Detroit Lions. Because you definitely owe us. And I don't want the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to have to lose out because of what you guys did in New York. This is BS.
Well, they owe everybody an explanation, first and foremost. And I mean anybody who's a football fan. They owe everybody an explanation. The other thing that you have to admit is that we feel like Detroit is a little bit taken advantage of. They're going to want to know if anybody else, like you can look back at all the film. Yeah. That's what somebody's doing today, probably all week long. Looking back, all the film. Where else has this been noted? Tom Brady did it, and there was no flag. So on top of that, you know, all this stuff about it, they owe us one. No, because they owe you more than one, but they owe the National Football League fans some type of explanation to keep their credibility. That's as important as anything else, don't you think?
One of the things that the NFL has done a very, very, very good job at over the years is the brand keeps growing. The brand keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. There's more and more money around it. But I'm telling you like this, if you get to the point where you're continually only lobbying for this one squad, you will get fan bases that tune out. You will get people that tune out. You will start to lose a lot of that profit margin. Not a lot, but you'll lose some profit margin. And that's how you affect individuals like that. It's the pockets. Like, this isn't a good brand of football. You know, it's the gambling started a lot of questions. When they opened Pandora's box with the gambling, you started seeing plays, and you're like, whoa, I remember watching the game. It was the New York Giants versus Washington Commanders. It was a Monday Night Football game, and you legitimately had a wide receiver on, like, he legitimately is talking to the ref the whole play. I want to say it was Jahan Dotson, who now plays for the Eagles. He's like, ref, am I on? Ref, am I on? Ref's like, sir, you're on. All right, appreciate it. Proceeds to throw a flag when the play snapped. Said he wasn't on. I watched this man ask you 4 times on national TV, and you turned a blind eye. You insert gambling, you started getting questions.
Agreed.
Now it has nothing to do with gambling. This is just egregiously, you are trying to make sure that the Kansas City Chiefs get to where they need to be. It would have sucked if they were 2-4. I'm going to disagree with Shep. Because Shep, you know, he's smoother. He says, well, you know, the Lions still have to win the game. It's early in the game. BS, because it's all about momentum. You start 7-0 in Arrowhead, much like we did 2 years ago, it's a different energy. It's a different press. It's a different pace. You stole 7 points from the Detroit Lions 2 days ago.
The thing that baffles me is the gall that the National Football League has to ask for accountability from players on and off the field, in season and out of season. They want accountability from the players. They want accountability from owners. Remember Jerry Jones flipping people off? They want accountability from coaches. Where's the accountability from the league office? Where's the accountability for the referees? Don't give me this, hi, I'm a pool reporter, I get to talk to you. As far as I'm concerned, and I've said this for years, referees should be available to all members of the media for a certain period of time to ask about certain questions. Umpires,
they don't want you in there, Shep.
It should be. They don't want me in there. Hell no, they don't want me in there. And they don't want a lot of reporters in there who are willing to ask the hard question. Professionally, but the hard question. Don't give me I want accountability for this player because on his off day, he was on a boat drinking beers, but you're not going to provide any accountability in a game that could decide home field advantage when all is said and done. I know the Lions didn't take advantage of it a year ago, but it's still, this is their livelihood.
When
you're expecting referees used to complain about what? We have to work 2 jobs. We don't get paid enough money. Guess what? You don't have to do that anymore.
Not at all.
And where's the accountability? It's nowhere to be found. It's shameful, and the National Football League needs to explain this and do it quickly.
3 years ago, the NFL told us that Jameson Williams will be suspended, and the reason why he would be suspended is because he violated the gambling protocol. Right. And then they proceeded to say, and the reason why he violated the gaming protocol is because he was on Detroit, he was on NFL property when he made the bet. Right. Now, they went in further detail to get further and further. Well, you can be, this is what you can bet on. This is what you can't bet on. This is where you can bet. This is where you can't bet. They did all that with J-Mo. And it got to the point where we thought it was still stupid, But you know what? We accepted it. We agreed on it. And then you came back and you took 2 games off JMO suspension, made it 4. You had everything to say about that, correct? Where are you now?
Yeah.
Like, where are you now? You don't have anything to say about this one. Mum's the word. Mum is the word right now.
Bro,
it's also really difficult.
They got nothing to say.
We want to, and you and I have been, and Kool-Aid and Haley when she works, Ryan when he's in there, even Ricky when he was in there before. We try to give
What's up, Rick?
all the leagues and all the players and coaches the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Okay? You played at the highest level. You know it's not easy, so you're not going to say, this guy sucks. You know how much time all coaches put into it, so you're not going to say, this guy's a bum. You could say he should be fired, but you're not going to. You have too much respect for that. We tried for time and time again against people in the chat that, hey, listen, there's no fix-in. Do you realize how many people would have to protect it, keep it secret in order for this to actually happen, whether it be a frozen envelope for Patrick Ewing or some type of call against a specific team in a Super Bowl or any other big game. We've tried to do that. They're making it, the National Football League, with stupidity like this and conflicting reports about this and flat out lying about this makes it really hard for us to protect their shield and their words.
I don't have to protect their shield. I don't play in that league anymore, and they don't do anything for me outside my New York Jets. Jets, Jets.
0-6.
This is true. This is true. But if I ask to go to a Jets game right now, they'll pay for my flight and pay for my ticket. So, like I said, Jets, Jets. But you're basically telling us you can do whatever you want. Like, that's what the conversation was yesterday when we were talking on the show. And I said, Shep, it feels like there was some.
Yeah, you did.
It feels like they waited, got a phone call, and then they decided to come back. Like, that's not football. That's not the football I signed up for. That's not why I played. That's not why I was excited to play in this league. I don't know what that is. I don't know what it is where somebody can call from New York and be like, hey, man, get on that real quick. What are we doing? Like, what do you pay people for? You pay people because they're competent. You pay people, you put them in situations so that they can handle the things that they're supposed to do. Like, if you missed the call, sir, that's on him. That's not on New York. That's on the guy that you hired. Like, that's not the operating way of business, and that's not how business should operate. It just shouldn't.
And people in the chat have great examples. We brought up you brought up the Calvin catch. I brought up the KJ Wright, who actually batted the ball out of the end zone.
They still can't explain that Calvin catch, and that was 2000. That was 2009.
Changed
they
the
still
rule.
Can't explain it.
Right.
And the rule still makes no sense.
How is that not a catch? But Travis Kelce's, whose football touched the ground, was a catch on Sunday night. How does KJ Wright get away with that? How do the Dallas Cowboys get away with Brandon Pettigrew and interfere? It's clear, okay? And this, again, we're not looking at it from a Lions perspective. You're looking at it from a football fan's perspective. You look at that and you say, let's be honest with each other here. Take the fandom out of it. Take your heart out of it. Look at it like a football knowledgeable fan. You would all say those were situations where Detroit got totally screwed.
And even when they explain some of these rules too, and maybe that's more of a thing, you guys have to redo the rule book. You just need to redo the rule book. You need to update because the rule book's probably this thick with all the things that you put in since 1927, upgraded because you're not using half that stuff. I go back to that Atlanta Falcons game. It took them 20 minutes to figure out what that call was, and when they finally got the call, I'll do air quotes, when they got it right, they were like, well, this rule was put in 1947, and we really haven't had a situation to utilize it. Well, it sounds like it should have stayed in 1947.
Yeah.
Because it took you all that time to figure out. I still don't understand what that rule was, by the way. I played in the league for 8-9 years.
I think the big reason why Dan sounded so distraught on that interview on the flagship station is because
wins matter in this league.
Well, not just that, but because he prides himself on knowing the rules. Yeah, and he prides himself on preparing his team because he knows the rules and he doesn't expect them to know all of them, okay? Players got a lot of stuff on their mind. A lot of them a few years ago didn't know how overtime worked, okay? So that's okay. That's why it's now explained by the referee before the coin flip. But I think he takes a lot of pride in that. And he thought he had it. He thought he knew the rule. I guarantee you he looked back in the rule book and read it over and thought he put his team in a position to be successful and worked on it all week long. This is going to work. Him and John Morton, this is going to work. We've got it all taken care of. You guys don't have to worry about a thing. What does that do for Dan Campbell? A lot of his players are like, what the hell's going on here? Same thing with the skipper and reporting to the referee.
Which he did. And also,
I know.
And also, too, let's not gloss over the fact, who's the quarterback running it? Like, Jared Goff is one of the most cerebral quarterbacks that we've seen in the last 25 years. Like, he's not going to be unprepared as it relates to this play.
Right.
Jared Goff is not going to run this play exactly like it was laid out by Dan Campbell, just because Dan Campbell said that I vetted it, I worked it out, me and Johnny Moe, we looked at it, we vetted. Jared Goff is 10-year quarterback now. Nah. Let me make sure I do my due diligence since I'm a part of this play, since this affects my offense, since this is my squad. Let me make sure that the nuances are correct and make sure just do a little bit of research. They all walked into that game knowing that this play was legal, knowing that this was going to be the outcome. Hell, Jared Goff, I'm also mad because he made a hell of a catch. He really mossed. Oh, boy, it was a hell of a catch by him. But
that block and run over into the end zone was dope.
I actually went outside to have a dope break, if we will. So I come back inside. I'm like, wait, what happened? What's all this deliberation? I didn't even see the play live. And then when I saw the replay, I was like,
didn't see it then either.
Jared Goff got the moss. Okay. Jared Goff out here cooking. But joke's on me. So they have to.
That's tough.
This is a situation though, but let's bring it back down. Let's get out of Detroit. Just the whole NFL. This is a situation that the NFL has to get on top of before Thursday, which is tomorrow. Before Thursday Night Football,
for the Steelers
which
and Bengals,
which is the start of the football week. You got to get this thing corrected. You have to come out and make a comment. You have to put something out there.
You have to, and here's why.
Because right now, the only thing you've put out there, Shep, is a middle finger.
That's right, to every fan out
Proverbial.
there. Now, but they know they're not going to lose this. But still, they should understand. They should read the temperature in the room. So there's a couple of things. We're always asking coaches and players for mea culpas. Brian Branch came out after the game. I did something stupid. Okay? It's on me. He gets a 1-game suspension.
Yeah.
All right? There's your punishment. Dan Campbell said at the podium, look, that's not how we do things. Okay? He takes blame for things. That's what great leaders do, willing to do that. All right? The other thing is, one of the early times I started working with you, we were talking about the preparation it took for you to get ready for a game.
Yeah.
The playbook, the play call, what your responsibilities were on every single play. You have a responsibility to your team and to your fan base and to the name on the back of the jersey. Yeah. I want to know where that accountability is from the National Football League. I want to know where their mea culpa is. And I want to know why they weren't prepared for a play like that, knowing damn well that Dan Campbell and Jared Goff and anybody else associated with the Lions went to the referees before the game and said, just be on the lookout for this, okay? Be on the lookout for this. Because if you're truly prepared, if you're the referees and you know that's coming, if you do know the rule, and there's a lot of rules to understand, and Goff does that, the flag should come right away.
Especially when you've been screwed in the past. I would happen to believe that the Lions were very particular about making sure the refs knew this play.
Absolutely, but I'm talking about from a referee standpoint. Yeah. If the referee says, look, I know the rule book, but I've always wanted to refresh it. Like when I was calling Tigers baseball, I used to read the rule book every single offseason, okay? Front to back.
You bet
if these referees say that they're prepared, so it's a double-edged sword. If you're not prepared, you need New York to buzz in. Shame on you. You should not be working many more games. Yeah.
None.
If you are prepared, like you say, then you should have thrown the flag right away. There's no reason, none whatsoever, to have that gap from the time he scored for the time you threw the flag.
Also, too, what's going to happen, and this is what the NFL doesn't want. You see what happened at the end of the game with Brian Branch and Juju Smith-Schuster. That's going to be every team that the Kansas City Chiefs plays against because they already hate the Chiefs. And they hate the Chiefs because of the refs. They hate the Chiefs because of these things. Like, this isn't the first time. I remember watching the Jets versus the Chiefs 2 years ago, and there was no penalties thrown. I remember Quentin Williams, they interviewed him after the game, and Quentin Williams was like, I just don't effing get it.
Yeah.
I just don't effing get it. And he wasn't talking about how bad the Jets were because they're horrible. He was talking about the penalties. He was talking about the lack thereof. He was talking about the things that they're allowed to get away with. This is 2 years ago. There were 0 penalties in that game. This isn't the first game where the Kansas City Chiefs have had 0 penalties. And it's not because they're a super disciplined team. Have you ever taken a look at their right tackle? Jesus Christ, every single play.
Right.
So I don't know. Like Shep, I really don't know because this is like negligence at all-time high.
It really
for the
is.
NFL.
It's not to rehash something and get people fired up in the chat. That's not what we do on this show. They may do it on other shows. That's not what we're doing. Yeah. And yes, somebody had put in the chat, he wasn't set. That's not the point.
Yeah.
The point is the gap in which the flag was thrown. And the point is that it was now revealed that the referees told Dan Campbell specifically that New York buzzed in and said, that's a penalty. That's not how the system works.
Yeah.
So there's 3 choices there. The referee's lying, New York's lying, or Dan Campbell's lying. Dan Campbell is not the kind of guy who sits there and makes crap up. He takes bullets for his team.
You can hear him. He didn't even want to say that it was a ref. Like, that's the type of guy. When you're listening to the conversation, he was like, yeah. Like, he didn't even want to say what it was. He really wanted to hold that information because that's not the guy he is. He's not out here making excuses. He's not making excuses for the play being illegal. Like 100%, because I watched it telling people break it down on how they could have ran the play and the play being successful. You didn't have to let Jared Goff go under center. You could have just had him in the backfield lineup, then motion out, and that would have been a touchdown. We get that. We're not necessarily arguing that the rules are wrong. What we're arguing is how they got to the rule. They interfered with the play. They made a judgment call. They called the referees, hey, take a look at that. Or basically, that's illegal, this is why, boom, 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 and now they come back and it's illegal. That's not what their job is in New York. It really is not.
Right. The last thing I'd say about that, and then we'll go to break, and I want to come back with your top Lions performers.
The list has changed. The list has changed.
The last thing I'd say about that is I wonder, I'm kind of mad at myself that I didn't look at any Kansas City media. I wonder if anybody has asked Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, or anybody from Kansas City about this situation.
Why? Why would they?
Well, if you're a national football writer, you have every right to, and actually there's a responsibility for what you should do.
I got you.
So I'm not saying it should be a beat writer for the Chiefs. Let it go, right? I mean, move on. But if you're a National Football League writer, should you not, I'll pick a website, should you not be interested enough to hear what Dan Campbell is alleging and then get some type of response from not just the NFL, but also Kansas City?
You got to be the right one because right now the NFL is clearly protecting and putting their hat behind Kansas City Chiefs all the way. So
dude, it's the mob.
What you mean? Okay, and what do people don't do? They don't go after the mob. Like people don't go. Last time I checked, people don't go after the mob.
Some brave soul, some Denzel Washington-like character may have to do that. And let's see who they are in the media.
And he's a character. You better watch out in real life. There are real-life consequences.
All right, when we come back, Braylon's best performances from the Lions' perspective through Week 6. That's coming up after this from a delicious drink. Smoothie King, who's got our Braylon Edwards show, Smoothie King High School Player of the Week. Friday. Don't forget that.
We got the player of the week. We got him locked and loaded. Cat's out the bag. It is a young man, but I will tell you who it is on Friday. Excited for that. He's well deserving as always. Recovery is where winners are made, like our Smoothie King High School Athletes of the Week. Clean ingredients, real fruit, and protein help these drinks take the next step for you to refuel you and get you back in the game. Smoothie King High School Athlete of the Week. You can nominate who you want to be in there. All you do is scan this QR code above my head. Now the winner, what they get, 2026, they receive Smoothie King for the whole year, and it is free. They get a ton of dope merch, but also they get a chance to partner with Woodward Sports for the Smoothie King 12 at the end of the year. Don't miss out, and we appreciate a special shout out to the Lee Foundation for making this possible. Lee helps provide student athletes with the tools to excel in reaching their academic and athletic goals, as well as impact the community. And that's what we're after. We're after the impact of the community, and it starts with Smoothie King. Pick up one today.
I was just talking to my wife today about our furnace, and we were trying to decide on whether or not we keep this home shield protection plan. And I said to her, now, I don't know if you know this, but Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning can get us a free furnace tune-up through December 1st. And she said, wow, that's great, honey. That Woodward Sports is really paying off. I said, well, it's not like I'm a big deal, okay? They're actually getting it for any DTE gas customer. So I'm just kind of the average Joe. But the bottom line is we get taken care of. Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning wants to take care of you as well. They've been doing this for over 40 years, offering heating, cooling, indoor air quality, water heaters, whole home generators, you name it. They can take care of it for you. It's a really big expense, right? Your house. So make sure you're trusting the right people to take care of the things inside your house. That is Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call them today, 734-238-3839, or just click on the QR code above my head and tell them the Braylon Edwards Show sent you.
Planet Fitness Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new face. New focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shep Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Head to WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com.
Way to support local athletes with physical disabilities, Athletes Unlimited, a Michigan-based nonprofit, has one simple mission: breaking down barriers so everyone can experience the joy of sports. We sit here and talk about sports all the time. Everyone deserves to participate and enjoy the same love we do. So this is how you get those involved. Join them and Dr. Jeff Pierce on November 6th for their annual Top Golf fundraiser. Now you can register online for this at athletesunlimited.com. I love Top Golf. I will be there, and I love raising money for Athletes Unlimited. I love working with these athletes and just to see the looks on their faces and to have the conversation. Oh, they're athletes. They're athletes. Better than a lot of you sitting out there on the couch right now. But Dr. Pierce is also the guy. 248-426-994. This will get you access to Dr. Pierce. This will get you anything that you have need diagnosed. He'll diagnose for you and get you back in the game. Let him do it for you, or scan the QR code above my head.
You love Top Golf. You love golf in general.
I
so
do.
do I. I also love Buddy's Pizza. I'm hungry right now. I'm not going to lie. I'm hungry right now. That picture makes me even hungrier. But we know that Buddy's Pizza can make sure it satisfies that hunger. 22 locations throughout the state of Michigan. It is the original, right? The original, and it doesn't waver from its recipe. It is simply the best, and they've been a staple in the Detroit area community for 79 years. They do this better than anybody else, making the Detroit-style pizza. And to add to the value, all you've got to do in order to save 10% on your entire order, because it could be pizza, it could be the salad that's associated with it too, use the promo code 10MEAL, that's 10, M-E-A-L, and to find the nearest Buddy's location that will not be far from where you are, just go to buddyspizza.com.
And we're back.
All right. Well, this. Yeah, there we go. We want a slow reveal.
Slow reveal
with Braylon. Every week, Braylon brings us his top 7, because the 1-7 that he wore with the Jets.
See, now your stuff is coming.
The 1-7. So we use 7 as the magic number here each week. It varies because of how guys can either move up or move down. It's Braylon's top 7 Lions, and we go in descending order. So let's take a look at number 7. Who is number 7 for you?
So I went back and forth, and actually,
ascending order. My apologies.
100%. I feel like I want to change my number 7, and I think I want to flip flop 5 and 4. I know that sounds crazy. I was trying to give some love to the big fellas up front. I was trying to give some love to some defensive players. And DJ Reader has been playing well up front for the Detroit Lions. A lot of times when you talk about the big fellas, you can't necessarily see the impact in stats. You can't see the impact in numbers. So I was watching film.
True.
He's taking on double teams. That's funny. He was taking on double teams a lot this season. He's causing a lot of situations, a lot of space where linebackers now are one-on-one, whether it's Jack Campbell, Anzalone, a lot of one-on-one situations because of that dirty work that he's doing up front. So I was going back and forth with he and Gibbs, and I chose to give the big fella some love. So coming in number 7 is DJ Reader. Now, look, we're going to need you this week, big fella. Yeah, we're going to need you a lot because last week, it's not exactly what we want to see. But this week, Baker Mayfield, see what you can do. We'll put DJ Reader number 7. I'll stick with it.
I'm glad you said that because I don't think defensive tackles in general get nearly enough love.
They do not.
It's very similar to guards and centers on the offensive side of the ball. What they do, though, is they are linebackers' best friends, right?
Yeah.
Alex Anzalone and Jack Campbell are free to make a lot of the plays that they make because of the space taken up by DJ Reader, Tyleek Williams, and Alim McNeill this week against Tampa. How great is that? I don't know how much of a pass rush these guys are going to be able to create, but they will be able to collapse the pocket a little bit better against Baker Mayfield, and I think that's going to be a much underappreciated. I want people to look at these guys when they play. Much underappreciated situation for the Lions. I think Alim McNeill back is a really big deal. I'm excited for it. Yeah.
For all of you out there about Jahmyr Gibbs, I'll just say this now. He's not on the list, and the reason why, the list changes every 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whenever we do it, the list changes. You can move up, you can move down. If you look at what Jahmyr Gibbs is, I said it yesterday. If you drafted him number 1 in your fantasy, are you a happy camper right now if you drafted him number 1 overall? The answer is no. We expected him to be on pace for upwards of 1,800 to 1,900 yards from scrimmage. Right now he's on pace for just over 1,500, and rushing yards, he's on pace to not crack 1,000. Well, just crack 1,000, maybe like 1,090 yards. So,
well, if you're talking about fantasy football, it's about touchdowns for him.
Well, and he has 4.
Right.
When he has 4, which also are behind the pace that he was at last year. So that's more so why he didn't make the list this year. Coming in,
it's a good one. It's a good point of view.
Yeah,
because that's why A.J. Brown pisses me off.
Because he's just the easy one to throw on, and like you do some homework, you're like, okay, well, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Number 6, if you will. Now this guy actually could be higher. Like he really, 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 really could be higher. And actually, I wanted to flip him and Goff, but I'll keep it the same.
Well, you just gave it away then.
For the graphic. 100. But you don't know who the guy is though.
That's true.
You don't know who the guy is. The guy is none other than your tight end, Sam Laporta.
He was really good.
Sam Laporta has been the most consistent thing on the offense for the Detroit Lions the last 4 games. Not named the quarterback and the right tackle. Like, he's been the most consistent. They've gotten him going early in games. He's the only player that Goff stays with the whole game. Like, he's making plays in the first half. He's making plays in the second half. You saw the Cincinnati Bengals game, 2 catches on the first drive, and then he also had some big catches in the fourth quarter for that the third quarter of that game as well. Last game, Kansas City Chiefs, you know it. This guy's making plays for the Lions. He's starting to get back to 2 years ago when he was 1-2 best tight ends in the league in terms of numbers and the production that season. He's getting back there. So Sam Laporta comes in at number 6 on Braylon's top 7. Let's get number 5.
Just real quick, it's really hard with the number of weapons that the Lions have, don't you think, to be as consistent at that position. When you've got Amon-Ra St. Brown and you got Jamison Williams and you use Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery as an extension of the run game out of the backfield with passes, it's hard for a tight end to really kind of break through almost, don't you think?
100%. But Sam Laporta is finding a way because he's 60 yards shy of Jahmyr Gibbs' rushing yards.
So he's number 2 among
the
National
receivers.
Football League tight ends. Only Trey McBride has more receiving yards than Sam Laporta at the tight end position.
Yep, and he's number 2 on the team in yards reception behind you know who, Amon-Ra St. Brown. So Sam Laporta is doing it. He's like very consistent for the Detroit Lions are doing. He's become the staple piece, that comfortability piece for Jared Goff. I love it. Bring him in at number 5. Number 4, there's his name. It's Jared Goff. Like, Goff has done nothing but be consistent this whole season. The big thing for me, turnovers. When you think Jared Goff, it's turnovers. How is he doing with turnovers when you look at him? Well, he's only got 2 interceptions this year, 1 fumble.
Right.
He's got 2 interceptions, 1 fumble. That's major for him. 203, 2 tugs last game, 258, 3 tugs the game before that. I mean, just look at his passer ratings, 118, 153, 103, 156, 120, 100. And obviously we remember one game, Cleveland game.
And
Cleveland game
leads the league in touchdown passes with 14.
100%.
Okay.
So you could move him up higher on this list, but I think this is fine for where he is at right now.
I think you're right. 76% completion percentage.
Look at you.
Number 1 in the National Football
Not even
League. Think
close.
about that. You're completing 76% of your passes. That's unheard of. It really is. And this is not a small sample size.
Hey, preach, brother.
No, not at all. And this is what Jared Goff has been doing for the last 3 years for your Detroit Lions. Number 4, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I got him coming in at number 4 on this list. Started out the year hot as it relates to touchdowns. He came out with 0-3-1-2. He's been donut in the last 2 games, but it's the little things he's doing. In the last game, I was going to dock him some pay because we're not used to him dropping passes. He dropped 2, and they were big plays. Yeah. They were big downs for the Detroit Lions. But you know what? Not everybody can be perfect. Even Larry Fitzgerald, who had the best hands ever, even him has dropped a pass or 2.
Yeah,
More tackles
it's amazing.
than drops, though.
More tackles
than drops. Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
Look him up.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, 3rd in the National Football League in first down catches.
Yep.
That's a statistic that I'm starting to monitor a lot more since I've begun working with you, because we all get caught up in yards and touchdowns, and I know it's important. Don't get me wrong. But first down catches, he's the guy everybody expects is going to get it, but guess what? He does get it, and it's showing by moving the chains. Only Puka Nacua and Jackson Smith-Njigba have more first down rocks than Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Now, what I don't like about this situation, and we'll talk more about this when the Lions play, the two teams they lost to are the 2 playoff teams that they played against. They lost both times. Amon-Ra had 45 against Green Bay. Amon-Ra had 45 against the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't care what's going on. Find 14. Get 14 the ball. Don't tell me he's the best wide receiver in the league. Don't tell me he's one of the best players in the league, and you can't find him in the biggest games. You lost to Green Bay, he had 45 yards. You lost to Kansas City, he had 45 yards. I'm not saying that's the only thing to point to, but if it walks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, then it's a duck. Get this man the ball regardless of drops. Who cares?
But what do you mean they're against the playoff teams? I'm confused at that. They're not in the playoffs yet.
What I'm saying is the teams that have winning records that they've played so far this season, they've lost to.
I'm sorry. Okay,
yes, Green Bay is going to be a playoff team. They lost to them. Okay. The Kansas City Chiefs are leaning towards being a playoff team right now. They lost to them. So like I'm not a fan of that.
Okay, I get it. I mean, Baltimore could be a playoff team.
Baltimore is 1-5, Shep.
Yeah, I know, but
they're 1-5.
It's not
right
a great
now.
division. Some people think Chicago could be a playoff team, and he tore the Bears apart. Your point is well taken, and it's right on the money. I think you know sometimes.
Since you want to bring up Chicago had 2 backup DBs that day, but I wasn't gonna go there. You went there.
Right, I didn't go to backup DBs.
If you want to
talk about losing,
but you pointed out that he had 100. Like we're getting off track. You pointed out that he had 100 yards. I didn't mention the 100 yards. You did. So since you brought up the 100 yards,
I said he tore them apart. But if you're going to do that, then you can talk about Kansas City. Detroit was without. If you're going to talk about them losing to those teams, they're without their left tackle. They're without the starting cornerback. I don't want to get into that because I can do that with the Lions.
I didn't even get into anything, Shep. I simply pointed out the DBs and talking about who he was going against one-on-one. Talking about Amon-Ra St. Brown. I didn't talk about the Lions versus the Bears. I was simply talking about Amon-Ra St. Brown versus the DBs.
All I'm saying is you brought up the
I didn't until you did.
No, I'm saying you brought up the teams that are going to be in the playoffs.
Right.
Or have winning records. Winning records is the way you phrased it. I'm saying if we're going to look at Amon-Ra St. Brown, I would like to see him look against Chicago's got a winning record, so we could bring that up too. But your point's valid. I mean, your point's a valid one when you're going up against backup DBs. Okay, so I'll grant you that. I'm just talking about from a winning record standpoint. All right, number 3.
Number 3, put up there on the board. It's the big guy, Aiden Hutchinson. 92.3 is his grade so far on Pro Football Focus. He's 3rd in the league in sacks, 1st in forced fumbles, and 2nd in hurries, all at his position. He is getting to what we thought he was going to be this year. We were getting to what we hoped he would be this year, and that's running for defensive MVP. Is on pace for 17 sacks, and he's playing well. Now, I didn't say great because he played great. Is that next step. Now, we know that's in there. We want to see it, but right now he's playing well, and I'm very excited where 97 is. He's a catalyst and the leader on that defense. He is the best player on that defense. He has been this season. My guy is figuring some things out. 97 has been that guy. You see that excitement. You see that energy right now. He's been bringing that all season, especially since game 1 was over. So Aiden deserves to be 3 on this list.
Is it surprising to you that he leads all defensive ends in sacks? Not pass rushers, defensive ends. The 3 guys who are ahead of him in sacks in the National Football League are all linebackers.
Right. This Denver's guy.
Benito. Brian Burns
and Brian Burns
for the Giants, and I forget who number 2 is.
No,
but
because
right there. Byron Young.
It's not because look at those defensive lines. Like those defensive lines as a whole, there's some dominating defensive lines. There's some really good defensive lines, some good players on that line. Yeah. I think those guys are just having some fun. They're benefiting because of it.
Yes, especially the Rams. I mean,
100%.
Jared Verse is just such a man-child. All right, so
he's what? Like, what did the whole conversation we were having about Derrick Henry?
What?
Well, I told you that boy don't run it up in there. He's not built like that. He's not like that. One-on-one, Derrick Henry. He had another chance just to run in there and see what he could do. What did he do? He tried tiptoe to the left, and then Gerard Verse grabs him and slams him.
You're talking about when Jared Verse. I'm sorry. Okay.
Hey, at some point you have to be 6'5", 240. Like at some point.
Yeah.
Like I get it. That's not your cup of tea, and it doesn't have to be. Like I'm not knocking you for that not being your cup of tea. It got you the Heisman. It's gotten you 2,000 yards almost twice.
Yeah.
So it's not his cup of tea. At some point, though, you just got to put it down for your cup of tea.
Yeah.
Like Dave Montgomery in that same situation is like, look, whatever I get.
Right. Whether it's Jared Verse or not, I've got to go up against it. Right.
And then you ran towards Gerard Verse.
Yeah.
If you don't go towards Gerard Verse, you're going against a defensive lineman, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you'll see that again this weekend with Vita Vea, who you love.
I love
and
Vita
is
Vea.
an absolute beast inside. Former kid out of Washington, and it's the staple of Tampa's defense. All right, number 2.
Another absolute beast, working his way up the list. And now it's so crazy considering the viral video of me walking off when his name was called a couple years ago. Well, the boy has done nothing but play. Every time you turn on the film, Jack Campbell is getting to the quarterback now, which we wanted him to do. Shep called that. He said he wanted to see Jack get to the quarterback. Check. And also, he's just all over the place. There was a play in the game, Shep.
Mm-hmm.
You brought it up, and I immediately knew what you were talking about. Xavier Worthy catches a pass off the left side. He's running right, puts his foot in the ground, turns around. Xavier Worthy runs 4.2. That's not me just saying it because he's fast. There's proof. 4.2 at the combine.
Yeah.
When you see Xavier Worthy reverse and go this way, what do you think is about to happen?
Yeah.
Touchdown.
Yeah.
Not so fast, my friend.
Yeah.
Jack Campbell caught him in stride. I'm just saying, number 2.
You know what?
The man, Jack Campbell, and I'm starting to come all the way around on him. Kool-Aid, what? What do you have to say?
This is what I'm saying. You know
what do you have to say,
Come off
Kool-Aid?
the desk real quick. I'm going to put the one shot on Shep, and we're going to have you walk to the desk for Jack Campbell to reverse the order. So we got Jack Campbell, number 2. This is Braylon, reversing course from draft night. Let's rock, man. Put it to bed.
He is a badass.
Let's go.
He is.
You know, I learned
That's
this
why
word.
I love Bray.
I learned these 2 words a long time ago. Lo siento. And lo siento is Spanish for I'm sorry. Sorry to the big guy, Jack Campbell. My apologies, my brother.
Let's go.
I stand firm on what I felt that night. Yeah. And I stand firm on this conversation now. He's showing you that he could be a constant in the defense. And it was last year. He made a lot of tackles. He did the things. You didn't hear his name a lot, but you're going to turn on film and you'll see 140 tackles. This year, you're actually seeing the plays. This year, you're hearing the plays. Like when you turn that film on, he jumps out of the plays. 97 is the only guy that's jumping out. 46 is jumping out as well. That's what I wanted to see to believe. He's shown me that, so shoot. By all means, he's number 2 on his list. Yeah, he's only number 2.
I love him. I think he's a badass. Yeah. You know who my favorite linebackers are, right?
He's out for the season.
Fred Warner, and I'm really sad that he's out for the season. Yeah. You know how much I respect your former teammate Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner's
still going.
He's one of my.
How many people told him it was over?
I don't know, but they're not waking up. He's truly one of my favorite players of all time.
The Rams had him.
He's an absolute pro. He's second in the league right now in total tackles. Jack Campbell has one more solo tackle than Bobby Wagner. My point is, if you're in the same conversation as Bobby Wagner, and I don't care if Bobby Wagner's 25 or 35, then you know you're damn good at your job. Jack Campbell is an absolute beast. He should be a captain on this team for years to come because he's ready and he's a smart player, fast player, big and strong player, everything you want in a linebacker.
10th in tackles, first in fumble recoveries, first in stops, and 92nd as it relates to, what is this? Missed tackles. 92nd out of 100 people. Wow. Missed tackles with 2. I also want to point out, notice that Aiden Hutchinson is first and forced fumbles in his position. Jack Campbell is first and forced fumble in his position. Somebody down there in Allen Park is putting an emphasis on getting the ball out. Thank you, Kelvin Shepard.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Because you're putting emphasis on it, and we're seeing it come to light. And number one, though.
That's a great – I'm so glad you brought that up. That doesn't get talked about.
That's not on
enough.
accident. That's not on accident.
No, I know it's not. But I'm saying it gets glossed over.
Oh, yeah.
We look at certain stats, sacks, interceptions, the forced fumbles.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how many's enough, but the forced fumbles, big deal at those 2 positions. I'm glad you highlighted it. Number 1.
Speaking of a big deal, he's the biggest deal for the Detroit Lions, and that's your boy, Penei Sewell.
Love that picture.
He's number 1. Notice I start with a big fella, and I end with a big fella. The big fellas are getting love today. Penei Sewell, he's done it all. He's number 1 graded he's the number 1 graded offensive lineman in the league right now. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? How many penalties does Penei have? You think about 3, 4,
I would
2?
I was going to say 2.
0.
2? Oh, yeah.
How many sacks has he allowed this year? You know what? Don't worry. It rhymes with 0.
Oh, I was going to say one rush. I know there was one
hit.
One quarterback hit.
There's one quarterback hit. His overall grade is a 94. He's 96 in pass pro. He's 89 in run pro. They're still figuring that out. That's not all on him. But the big fella is the constant on that offensive line. Have seen Glasgow trying to figure some things out. Taylor Decker hasn't played. Then Giovanni Manu. Here's Dan Skipper. The big guy on the right side is the constant for them. And what he's done with Tate Ratledge, too. Got to tip your hat to the big fella. So that is Braylon 7 this week. Penei 1, Jack 2, Aiden 3, St. Brown 4, Goff, Laporta, and even got some love for DJ Reader on the defensive line.
I love it, man. Good for you. Way to expand the horizon a little bit. Instead of going with the obvious names that so many people want to talk about, you're able to pick out DJ Reader, Sam Laporta, Jack Campbell, Penei Sewell. I know. Somebody in the chat, Penei better be number 1. He was number 1. Okay.
There you
go. Got to take a quick timeout. Don't forget, we'll get to the mailbag right around 3:50 or so. When we come back, I do want to talk about a former coach saying that a Lion did not get what he deserved. A former NFL coach said a Lion did not get what he deserved.
Is Wayne Fonts?
It's not Wayne Fonts. A little bit later on, why a guy who won a World Series last year could win it again this year had one of his aces go a lot further than Detroit's ace. It's bothersome to a lot of people. We'll get to all that coming up on the Braylon Edwards Show as we roll on a Wednesday morning, or Wednesday afternoon, rather, here on Woodward Sports. Les Stanford Buick GMC wants you rolling in new vehicles. See that? The 2025 Equinox EV, $229 a month plus tax. Look at that good-looking caddy right there.
That's clean.
It is. It's a good way to describe it. 2025, the Lyric, $489 plus tax, and the Hummer. I saw this Hummer right here, the 2025 EV SUV.
It's sexy on the inside too.
Is it? I've never
this
been
is really
inside.
sexy.
I definitely want to test drive it. But the EV SUT, I saw one in the parking lot right around the corner here, a black one that was absolutely pure. I mean, I loved it every single second of it. I wanted to just dive in and ask, hey, can I take a test drive? And the woman looked at me like I was crazy, which I don't blame her. But it's only $599 a month plus tax, and it's at Les Stanford. Check them out today. They've got great inventory. They've got something for you, guaranteed. LesStanford.com.
See, Shep makes the big bucks calling $5.99 not that much of a month. I see you, big dog. I see you over there.
Think so.
Why don't you pick up one of those Cadillacs, pick up one of those Hummers, and what you do is you bring it on to Jack's Car Wash, and we get it nice and clean for you. In fact, we'll get it spick and span. How about we start this way? Text WSN to 888-522-1729. We'll get you a free car wash. Now, from there, once you get there, you'll love this place. Free vacuums, free compressed air, free mat clean, the whole 9 yards, the works. Over 40 locations around the state. Basically, they're everywhere. I'm looking at one right now, and then there's also one straight down Maple right after Coolidge Highway. I know where they're at because this is what I use. Let you use them as well. Jack's Car Wash.
Head to Woodward WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com. Every Sunday, there's only one place to get all your kneecapping, hard-hitting Detroit Lions coverage. Start your Sunday with the Lions Weekly Report with Broder and Terry Foster. Then, the Lions pregame show with Neil Rule and Sean Baligian. At kickoff, keep it locked in for all the emotions of the game with a live watch party with the heavyweights. Then, recap the game with the Lions postgame show with Anson. Game days, there's no other place to be in Woodward Sports. Live all game day. Go Lions. You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking. And the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasta salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
Injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shep Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. Ever wonder what goes on inside the game?
Deep ball's got a man and got him. Touchdown, Braylon Edwards.
Join Braylon Edwards and Shep.
Edwards has it. 10-5, touchdown.
On the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Lamar looks in zone. Got Edwards for the touchdown.
Where they dive deep into the heart of sports. Weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m., they're bringing you expert analysis, exclusive interviews, and a fresh perspective on the sports you love. Don't miss it, only on the Woodward Sports Network. Hunting season is almost here, Detroit, and your Lions are on the prowl. Make sure you're locked into Woodward Sports for all the Dan Campbell reactions, Jared Goff touchdowns, Amon-Ra first downs, Penny pancakes, Kirby picks, Gibbs big plays, and of course, Jack Fox's leg. Stay locked in on all your Lions coverage right here on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Looking for dinner plans at Sizzle? Well, head to Black Rock Bar and Grill. Home, steak on the stone. They have a lot of limited time deals. Let me tell you about a couple. One of them is steak and lobster, $19.99. For those of you who watch the show, you saw this full up close and personal on Monday. They also have Braylon's beef. I'm not joking. It's a, I see you laughing over there, Haley. They have it. It's a 20-ounce New York strip steak. Steak is fire, and then they cook it on a 755-degree volcanic rock. So I'm telling you, they cook it to perfection. And also, if fish is your thing, they got the fish and chips. Nice and easy, $14.99, nice and smooth. Also, don't forget, when the Lions win, you win. Lions, Bucks, this Monday night. Once the Lions win, I know I said it last week, let's double it back this time around. Free appetizers for everybody involved. All you do, you go into a Black Rock, you mention the Lions, you get the free appetizer, and you'll stay for the food because the service, the food, and the experience is that great. You know why? Because Black Rock knows how to sizzle.
According to Kool-Aid, lost an icon, huh? Tell us a little bit about that. The icon for Lady James? Yeah, men's haircuts for men is Lady James. you like that transition?
Yeah, I do.
It is iconic when you come in here and you get your hair cut because it's very easily done. You know why it's easy? First of all, Braylon always talks about Planet Fitness being clean. You could eat off the floor here at Lady James. I mean, they are constantly cleaning this place to make it look so nice and so sharp. I'm looking at some bottles of shampoo right now, and there's not one out of place. I mean, it looks absolutely perfect. It looks like it's a movie set. It's so ideal. But it's more about you. It's more about your time and your effort and the fact that people here want to make sure your time is valuable and you come in, you get your hair cut, and you're out the door. But it's a good-looking haircut, too. Lady James, for so many different reasons, is wicked awesome.
Hey, and we back.
Now I can talk to you a little bit about an icon who left us too soon. Tell the people about it, because I'm unfamiliar.
Yeah, D'Angelo. D'Angelo was a R&B neo-soul singer from the mid to late 90s, early 2000s. Grammy nominated. Rolling Stones labeled him the 75th greatest R&B singer of all time. He's got nominations. He's got awards, but you had to be in the air. Like, it's just one of those things you had to be a part of. Everybody that knows remembers the Risque video that he did on How Does It Feel. But just a super talent, Chef. Like, one of those individuals, you turn the music on, you listen to it, it's just good vibes. Whether it was the remix of Cruising, Smokey Robinson, which we talked about, he did a remix. Whether it's Brown Sugar, whether it's Send It On, whether it's Untitled, which is How Do You Feel? Like, all these are like legendary songs, and just it's a good sound. Like,
is the Brown Sugar associated with the Rolling Stones Brown Sugar? No.
No.
Okay.
No, but it's neo soul would be where jazz intersects with hip hop and R&B.
Gotcha.
That's kind of what neo soul would be. Has that easy, smooth feel, but at the same time, some gritty things going on in the world of R&B. Dope artist, and it just sucks that he dies the same year. Him and Angie Stone were married, had a baby, have a daughter, have a son. Excuse me. They have a son together. Angie Stone died earlier this year.
Wow.
And now D'Angelo dies.
Lost a lot of big name people in 2025. I mean, in the music world, we were talking about Ozzy Osbourne when he passed, and now we talk about D'Angelo. So very influential in people's lives.
I think he had a battle, like a long ways battle with cancer. Make sure you check on your loved ones, and make sure go get checked out. Do all the things. I was talking about death the other day. A friend of mine, heart attack, the whole 9 yards. Make sure your people go get checked up. Go do all the things health-wise that you're supposed to be doing. I've been procrastinating on a man's exam that I'm not too eager to have, but in wake of what's going on, I am going to go get myself checked out because I don't want something that can be taken care of, not be procrastinate and turn into something more. So I urge you to go, and if it's not you, then get your pops, your mom, your dad, your brothers, your sisters. Hey, go do this.
Yeah, and if it's not for you, I mean, do it for somebody else.
100%.
Okay, so I mean, that's
D'Angelo right there with the
really
Prince
good advice.
rendition guitar.
Really good advice. Sorry about that for the loss for the people who liked him so much. We were talking earlier about the NFL and the conduct that they have.
We got a little aggressive with that, man. I had to calm down a little bit. I still was.
No, it was great. It was great. It was passionate.
I was about to beat you up talking about Amon-Ra Brown and the DBs from the Bears. Like
That's
a little
right.
bit of that angst was still.
That's all right. That's a good thing, man. I love the emotion. I want to read something to you real quick, and then I want to get into why somebody feels like Brian Branch should have gotten more than a game suspension. This is directly from the NFL. The personal conduct policy opens with this statement. You ready? Yeah. It is a privilege to be part of the National Football League. Everyone who is part of the league must refrain from conduct detrimental to the integrity of and public confidence in the NFL.
Yeah.
Conduct by anyone in the league that is illegal, violent, dangerous, or irresponsible.
Including refs? Oh, excuse me.
There you go.
I apologize.
That's what I was wondering. That's where I was going.
That's where you went for real?
That's where I was going.
My apologies, and I ruined it.
You're 100% right. That's exactly where my mind went. When I read that statement, that's what I'm referring to, including the refs. Detrimental. If you're talking about public confidence, that's their words, not mine. If they're talking about public confidence in the National Football League, is there public confidence with the people who did that game Sunday night? I digress. We went on with that. We don't need to rehash it. But part of that was also Brian Branch and the suspension. Bruce Arians appears on the Pat McAfee show on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Bruce Arians had this to say about Brian Branch and the suspension, okay? Him getting all over Juju Smith-Schuster afterwards. It's an iconic picture, quite honestly.
Looking like a little you-know-what.
Yeah, look at but look at the security, Kansas City security guard in the background with his mouth wide open. He's like, oh, no, you didn't.
That's when you hit him in the nose.
He's like, oh, no, you didn't. Anyway, here's what Bruce Arians said. It's going to be at least one game, and right now it is. I would hope to see more because there's no place for this. He said, post-game, so many people could have gotten hurt, and that could turn into a huge melee and other guys get involved. Thank God the cooler heads prevailed. Guys were trying to get them off the pile. Stop it. Instead of joining in, start throwing helmets and all the blank that could happen. I would have been fine with 3 games. My question is always this, because I think sometimes we just bring up numbers for the sake of bringing up numbers. Guys are getting 3 games for gambling, all right, which is a direct violation, all right? This I get. Do I think he should be suspended? You're damn right I do. And I love him, but I think he should be suspended. I think it's stupid. I think he's got a bad reputation, and I think the reputation is going to continue to precede him as it continues. Where do you get 3 games? I'm just wondering. That would be my follow-up question if he were on our show. I would ask him, why 3? Can you give me a reason why?
I can.
Go ahead.
I love playing both sides. Also, too, for the individuals out there that are about to go ham and cheese about Brian Branch and the support of Brian Branch, I get it. I support him. I support him as well. However, we know he messed up. His coach admitted he messed up. This is not about us attacking Brian Branch, more so
that's right.
This compliment. So I don't need you trying, Brian Branch. Well, they were hitting him. That's not what this conversation is about. 2 things can be true. As it relates to Bruce Arians' comment, sure, I can see another game. And the reason why I can see another game is because you saw Brian Branch walk completely through Patrick Mahomes. And what I mean by this has nothing to do with Patrick Mahomes. Only this, it was a premeditated situation. He legitimately decided to wait till the game was over so he couldn't get flagged in the game. He walks past Patrick Mahomes, which means he's premeditated. His eyes is fixed on putting hands on Juju Smith-Schuster, which I get. I will put hands on him too, so I understand you. Boom, you punch him, and then after the punch is not done, like you continue the situation until you get to this picture, which is actually where Juju Smith-Schuster gets his nose or his whatever that little fake blood.
Bent out of shape, yeah.
A little fake. It's like the wrestlers, you know, they like do a little cut themselves, and then it starts leaking when you get hit. We understand. I know the rules. I used to watch in the 80s, but it just kept going. So if the NFL wanted to do too, I wouldn't have a problem with it because he put himself in a situation to be at the mercy of the NFL. Now, Bruce Arians is coming out of nowhere talking about 3 games. Go sit down somewhere. You won your Super Bowl. You got a Super Bowl ring, elevated you a coach. Go sit down somewhere. 3 games is a bit much. 3 games is a bit much. I understand all the people could have got hurt. They didn't. I don't like the what-if situation. But there was a lot that happened in this and consistent with he's still going right here. Like, it didn't stop. Like, after the punch, typically I got the punch off. All right, cool. You know, I got the punch. You see that I felt the type of way. I can get into the interviews when I get into the locker room about why I punched him, what he's doing, what they're not calling. But then it just kept going. He allowed that moment to be, it pissed him off so much that he saw red, pun intended, and he just kept going until eventually it was broken up. He put himself at the mercy of the NFL, and if the NFL came down with 3, I would say that was a bit much, but I get it. 2, I would understand. 1, I'm super cool with.
Yeah, I'm super cool with it too. I think it does send the right message. I just remind people, and I would have to remind Bruce Arians of this too, that it is unsportsmanlike conduct. Was the reason for the suspension.
Missing games is a lot. It's a lot of money when you miss games.
Absolutely.
If I'm docking
that's
pockets,
a big deal.
I'm starting to pay attention to what a fine is worth, or what an event should be worth. He's missing 2 games, and Brian Branch is making probably somewhere about 65 to 70K a game.
Okay, it's a big hit.
And if I'm not mistaken, he's already been fined 13 times.
13 times.
That's correct.
But see,
13.
and then
13, man. Now, they're not all one-game checks.
No,
Sorry.
they're not.
I mean, it could be a $1,000 fine. It could be a $5,000 fine. But, hey, it's money out of your pocket. So every little bit.
In what, 3 seasons?
In 3 seasons.
If it's like, if this is his first to third time and you're talking 3 games, then it's like, no. It's crazy. It's absolute ludicrous. But when you add that in there, it's like the more you know. It's like the more you add in there, and now only. I mean, it's an ugly visual. It wasn't that bad, but it's an ugly visual. On top of here's a guy that's not only a repeat, he's a repeat offender. You're trying to set the tone. I wish you would do this with the refs and that, but I digress again.
Yeah.
I think also too it sucks for Lions fans because we get all this. Meanwhile, how the game started, it's like it doesn't help our.
This takes over the conversation rather than what the conversation really should be 100%. About the other controversy. So I agree 100%. I also think, look, he's a prideful guy. You guys all are. He knows he's let his team down. That's hard too. But I think when you have reputation, players, other players know it, and they're going to goat you a little bit more. And every head coach is in that meeting talking to referees, watch out for 32 in white, or in this case on Monday Night Football, 32 in black.
One game is fine, and the reason why one game is fine is because the magnitude is felt. The magnitude is felt. One, he's missing a game. It's hurting his pocket. Last time I checked, ladies and gentlemen, Brian Branch is still on a rookie deal. He's still on the rookie deal. This isn't Amon-Ra St. Brown getting fined a game who's making $32 million.
Yeah.
He's still on his rookie deal. So his pockets, he felt it too. He's embarrassed.
Do you think this affects him? It could affect him, in contract negotiations moving forward?
Yes. That's going to be a part of the conversation. Like, how can we know to count on you? So they will put that in their measurements. And also, too, this would be some of that language in there. Hey, if you get boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
So now there will be more fines for the contractual stuff. But also, too, the magnitude is felt. They play the MVP, as of right now, quarterback coming up this week. You took yourself out of the game that you were playing against Baker Mayfield, where all he does is throw for tuds. All he does is have big moments and big plays. The secondary is already banged up, including you.
Right.
Secondary's banged up. You, Kirby, DBs, can't figure it out.
Avonte Maddox was banged up.
100%. And now you put yourself in a situation to miss this game. You guys just lost to the Kansas City Chiefs. Now you're playing the Tampa Bay Bucs, who are in the league, in your conference, and you're not playing. Like, that's going to be a magnitude that's felt. I'm saying in terms of like a magnitude. He's going to feel that.
No question. The whole team's going to feel that. The whole stadium will probably feel it. Look, I'm not making an excuse for Brian Branch. He's not thinking about Baker Mayfield in Tampa next week when Juju Smith-Schuster is doing the stuff to him.
I'm not thinking about that. I'm also talking about the magnitude being like the game that he's missing.
Yeah.
Is it's the biggest game of the year.
Right. That accentuates it that much more.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Appreciate that very much. That's
a funny picture, though.
It is it is one of those ones where you'd love to see the caption, right? I mean, just put a little bubble cloud over.
What is Brian Branch saying right now?
I don't think I can say that.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I can, I suppose, but I your mom watches, and I want her to keep liking me. Last night I was frustrated. Real quick, and then we'll get to the mailbag. I watched the Dodgers beat the Brewers 5-1. I'm not frustrated over that, although I'm rooting for Milwaukee.
Crazy how they always figure it out in the playoffs, right?
It is. Milwaukee beat the Dodgers 6 straight, all 6 games this year. I don't know if people know that. And Yoshi Yamamoto pitched against Milwaukee earlier this year and didn't get out of the first inning. He was that beat up. Last night, on the very first pitch of the game, in case you missed it, he gave up a home run to Jackson Chourio. After that, he surrendered 2 hits. That was it. And he struck out 7.
A lot of one-hit outs, too.
A lot of quick outs. A lot of quick outs.
See,
he lasted 9 innings and 111 pitches. Afterwards, Dave Roberts was asked, why did you leave him in? And he said, because I have great confidence in the player. And immediately when I hear that, because I like watching the post-game stuff, immediately when I heard that, I thought, God, where was that discussion with our guy? In the last game of the year against Seattle, where was that for one more inning? He got 6 innings out of him. He got 99 pitches.
Yeah.
Where is it with our guy? And I don't know where it is. And that's my frustration. I don't know if it's A.J. Hinch who's told us after the game we knew he was spent. If you knew he reached his limit, you knew he was tapped out. How did he throw 100 miles an hour on his last pitch? And if he says I'm good, then why isn't he fighting to go back in there? Blake Snell the night before for Los Angeles, he threw 8 innings. This hasn't happened since 1983, where Jerry Royce and Fernando Valenzuela went back-to-back games for then the Dodgers of at least 8 innings and giving up 1 run or less. Why is our guy not doing that? And I'm frustrated with that, even though I know I won't get an answer.
Yeah, I don't even want to speculate on the answer. I'll put that in your capable hands because you can look at this through a couple different lenses. One of them could be, the agent situation. Is it an agent talking to the GM, and this is what we are, and is this agent? Because that is a part of this game. Like agents, GMs,
like it or not.
What you're not going to do, what my client's not going to do, don't do this to us, blah, blah, blah. They insert themselves into the game, and now, unfortunately, you have a situation where you may not be able to do much as a skipper because this is what's already on the table. You can't get past this, or we won't go past that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if this is Scooble's agent who is representing all the big dogs in the MLB.
Yep.
100%. I don't know if it's him and Scott Harris. They have an accord, they have an agreement, and A.J. Hinch's hands are tied, or is this A.J. Hinch second guessing himself? Which I don't necessarily think that I would lean on that for A.J. Hinch in the postseason, where we know he definitely knows what he's doing.
Well, if it is the agent, then I've lost a lot of respect for everybody involved. That means I've lost a lot of respect for the manager who allows that to happen and for the pitcher who allows it to happen. You're out there to win. Don't tell me you want to win. Don't tell me that the standard should be the World Series. And then in your next breath say, I'm going to get pulled because I don't want to ruin my arm for when I get to free agency. What does that mean next year? I don't think that's the case, by the way. Right. I'm just saying, if that were the case, that's how we would feel about it. Somebody in the chat had a good one. Why didn't your homeboy for the Chargers get a penalty when he slapped Travis Kelce in the face earlier this year? There was no unsportsmanlike conduct play there, and there was no suspension. That's tough to argue. Yeah. Now, it's against the same team, so our theory of protecting one specific team goes right out the window. But it was, if you look back at it, when they played overseas, right? Yeah. They played overseas. Yeah. That did happen, and nothing was called for that.
Once again, here you go. This is Jim Harbaugh, the Fighting Jimmies, the Chargers. They are a brand that the NFL likes. I'm not making this up. Yeah. NFL loves Jim Harbaugh. I get that. You should. He's a big name. He's a big thing, and he wins when he's in the NFL. It's different. There's certain people, certain things.
It's not the way it's supposed to be, but apparently that's the way it is right now.
You asked me that question, that's my answer. And is it right or wrong? Do I know? No, but yes, I do know.
From ARF, Braylon would have pitched the 7th inning. Well, you're damn right he would have.
Hell yeah. You would have had to drag me. You had to drag me off the mound. What? Hold on. In fact, last night they were trying to take Peralta out of the game. They legitimately were trying
Peralta,
They were trying to take Peralta out of the game. I want to say in the 5th.
I think was it the 5th or the 6th? I thought he pitched 5 2/3. I'll have to look that.
But I think it was the 5th, and he pitched one more because he begged to stay in the game. He begged to. He said no, and they even talked about it. He said, just give me one more inning. I want to go out there. I want to finish my night. Went out there and finished the inning. Legitimately got 2 quick outs, then got a hit on the base, and then they struck out a guy, so he didn't give up a run in that inning. He went out there, he said, no, I want to finish. And the skipper rewarded him, and he went out there and he rewarded the skipper. He went out there, he pitched 3, he got through the inning, no runs. We heard that. Yeah. We knew that. That was the conversation. What was the conversation with Detroit, Scooble, A.J. Hinch? I would like to know.
It's a great question. We may not ever get the answer. We may not get it until next spring training.
Somewhere else.
Freddie Peralta, by the way, I believe is a free agent as well. Somebody said this, besides Braylon willing to pitch the 7th. Scooble, this is from Randall Smalls, Scooble doesn't want to re-sign with us. It's his choice. Whether he wants to re-sign with Detroit or not, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What does matter is that he threw 100 miles an hour on his last pitch. He was highly energized coming off the bump after he posted that strikeout, and he had more left in the tank. At least according to him in the postgame, I felt good. I still can't understand the whole over-analytics side of things in baseball and really in sports in general. Or the more we're involved, the more it pisses me off.
You gotta get to the next round.
Right.
You got to get to the next round. And if this is A.J. Hinch trying to over-analyze and over-coach so that he can make sure that Scooble gets to the next round of the playoffs against the Toronto Blue Jays, and he's feeling much better because you pitched him 99 instead of 13 pitches or so.
Yeah.
Like, if that's what took place, and A.J., you had a brain fart.
Yeah. D. Lake says, well, regarding the Tigers or regarding the Chargers. and the Chiefs, it happened during the game. No problem between the lines. After the game, it's not okay. No, look, it's either unsportsmanlike conduct or it's not. Yeah. If it's unsportsmanlike conduct, a punch is a punch. Doesn't matter if it's during the game or after the game. There's nothing in the rules that says when the final whistle blows, you can't hit somebody in the face for unsportsmanlike conduct. But during the game, while the game's going on and the clock is winding down, feel free to hammer away at somebody. That's not how it works, D-Lake. Sorry. Unsportsmanlike conduct is unsportsmanlike conduct. All right.
Why didn't New York call in on that one?
Exactly. Maybe they weren't awake because it was so early. When we come back, we'll get to the mailbag. That's next on the Braylon Edwards Show here on Woodward Sports after, is this the massage chair?
The massage chair.
Oh.
Featuring
Haley. That chair looks very inviting right now.
Well, let's talk about it, because, Shep, I understand your frustrations, but I think I can help you out with your relaxation game. Check out Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, the largest massage chair showroom in the Midwest, with top brands for massage chairs like Infinity and Osaki. Located near the corner of Woodward and Long Lake Road, experience the luxury comfort with Dr. Eric Duncan, the Wellness Doc, creator of the top YouTube massage chair review channel. Book a visit at www.massagechairhouse.com or scan the QR code right above me. Massage Chair House, your ticket to ultimate recovery and relaxation.
QR code for you to scan, and go ahead and do that now. Get a jump on this because there's some information that you need to know. If you're looking for the ultimate pickleball experience, check out Wicked Pickle. It's Metro Detroit's hottest indoor pickleball spot. With 10 climate-controlled courts, daily open play for all levels. That includes me. I don't know if Haley can play pickleball or not, but it's for all levels. So
I can play.
Can be there too. Oh, you can play? All right, I'll make sure I don't play her round one. All right, and look, and they got chill lounge with TVs, ping pong, and cold drinks. It's always game on, rain or shine. Throwing a party or a team event? Look, they host groups from 10 to 200. You don't want to miss on the APA Michigan Gold Cup either. November 22nd through the 23rd. Sign up at pickleballtournaments.com. I'm sure Haley will be in there winning that competition. So mark your calendars for Woodward Sports Pickleball Party as well. January 9th, and we do have more details on the way soon.
Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new face. New focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
If I told you you could place any bet up to $1,000 and if you leave, you get that back, would you think I'm crazy? Scan this QR code, enter the code Woodward1000, and if your first bet doesn't hit, you'll get your deposit right back up to $1,000. That's right, up to $1,000 back just for giving it a shot. And the minimum is just $20. Download the Caesar Sportsbook app today, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Use code Woodward1000 or scan the QR code right above me.
We back.
And we back.
Somebody in the chat brought up a pretty good
it's a damn good point.
Thomas Woodford said, but coaches can hit players? ? Remember Jonathan Gannon, Arizona?
Hey, straight facts. Because if you're getting suspended for basically putting your hands on a player and throwing a punch in some capacity, that's exactly what Jonathan Gannon did. He actually threw 2, because the second one is the one we knew was a punch. First one was just contact. So if that's how you want to play it, suspend himself. Because trust me, they're going to lose regardless if he's coaching or not.
Yeah, is that not losing confidence and damaging the integrity of the game? Am I wrong there?
No.
All I'm doing is taking the words that the National Football League has put out
and giving them
for
back.
Its policy. Yeah,
I agree.
That's all I'm doing. I'm not trying to cause a stir here. By the way, tomorrow night, 2 40-year-old plus quarterbacks face off, which is pretty
excited.
cool. Did you see what Cam Hayward said?
He said y'all old is
the oldest, the two
the
oldest
Big
quarterbacks is
Bowl
Joe Flacco.
Yeah. Spicy
So the icy hot bowl.
There you go.
So it's Joe Flacco against Aaron Rodgers. And Rodgers was asked about it, had a little bit of a smirk. I'll be honest with you. I mean, it's not like Aaron Rodgers is going to be an all-pro or anything. He's been better than I thought he would be. And then you look back and you look at his numbers last year with the Jets, even though they were terrible. His numbers were not – he almost threw for 4,000 yards last year, right? So, I mean, he can still spin it a little bit.
I talked to him at training camp the year he actually got hurt. Like, I was at training camp. I was actually at that game, too, 2023. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's 2023. Yeah. But – went to that, and I was asking him, like, what are you doing? What are the thoughts? Like, what's, he's like, I still got it. I'm still going out here. I'm still figuring it out. We're going to have some fun, take slow, and figure it out. He gets injured, come back, saw him the following year at training camp. Mm-hmm. I said, so how you feeling this year? What is it? He said, look, I got to stop acting like I'm still Aaron Rodgers from years ago. And he's always Aaron, because that's exactly what he said. I got to stop acting like I'm Aaron Rodgers. He's talking in third person. But he said, look, I need to take what they give me. I need more shorter throws, smaller throws. When they're there, I'll take it. But we just have to admit we're not immortal. And he said this was his mortality he was realizing last year. So I think after starting slow, figuring out towards the end of the season with the Jets, he saw what worked for him. He saw the throws that worked for him. He saw the distances that worked for him. He saw the things that he could do in the pocket. And he also saw, Shep, things he couldn't do, the throws he couldn't make, the things that he couldn't do in the pocket. So I think this year you're seeing him just dial into a much more boring version of Aaron Rodgers, but it's Aaron Rodgers that's intelligent because he knows what he cannot do. So he's operating in what he can.
And they're winning.
Yeah.
Now, these guys, it's the first 40-year-old against 40-year-old in the NFL since Brady and Drew Brees squared off, and they squared off, I think, 3 times that season. Brady was with the Bucs.
Tampa and the Saints.
Tampa and the Saints, right. Twice during the regular season. I think they met in the postseason. I think Brees won the 2 during the regular season. Brady won in the postseason. It did get me thinking to some older players in sports history.
It's funny, that was Super Bowl year, too.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Satchel Paige pitched till he was 59.
They ain't let him in the league till he was 40.
In Major League. George Blanda kicked 2 45-yard field goals at the age of 45.
In year 26?
Or 49. I'm sorry, 49-yard field goals.
Because he played 26 years, started as QB1.
Yeah, so he was a quarterback and a kicker for the Raiders. Gordie Howe, of course, for
7 decades.
52 years old, okay? He played until. Pete Rose, one of the greatest hitters of all time, played till he was 45. Nolan Ryan pitched until he was 46, as did Randy Johnson. Robert Parrish, I didn't know this one.
The Chief.
Robert Parrish played until he was 43.
With the Bulls when he came back.
It's crazy. George Foreman was knocking people out at the age of 48.
Michael Moore.
Okay?
Bye-bye.
Your favorite quarterback,
Warren Moon,
played till he was 44.
Once again, because he couldn't get in the league for 6 years.
Ricky Henderson played until he was 44. Your favorite receiver played till he was 42.
Finished his career with the Seattle Seahawks, Jerry Rice.
And former Spartan kicker. That's not fair because kickers, but he kicked until he was 47. Those are some pretty impressive numbers.
Jason Hansen kicked, 22 years?
Yeah, long time.
22 years.
Long time. And
One Pro Bowl to show for it.
Is that all he made?
22 years.
That is nuts.
And his efficiency.
That is nuts.
It's true, because kickers only get into but kickers only make the Pro Bowl for 2 reasons. You either have to do something outstanding, over the top, or you got to be on a winning team. That's the only way to make Pro Bowl as a kicker. Like
I didn't realize that. I did not realize he only made it once. That is criminal.
Look it up if you think I'm doing. One time he made it. I want to say the one time he made it would have been when the Lions were good. I think it was like the 91 season.
That's ridiculous. Okay, it really is. And that's, I don't know why, but that's going to bother me for a while now. So thanks a lot for that.
I'm
as we
sorry.
get ready to end the show.
My
Actually, he was a 3-time Pro Bowler though.
Okay, my apologies.
3-time Pro Bowler. Okay, that's all right. I mean, I would have thought more. And one was his rookie year. One was his rookie year. I left out one more, and he's a former Red Wing. Chris Chelios skated till he was 48. So that's pretty good.
All right, skating.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Let's get to the mailbag. Go ahead.
Yeah, definitely. We got to get to the super chats first.
The
first one, RE71, number 3 crown for the top fans today, sends in a $4.99 super
crown
chat.
is yours.
I would love to hear Braylon's perspective on what could be behind an NFL player retiring mid-year. Obviously, the latest example was Adarius Smith.
It's over. Like, you don't have it. Like, at the end of the day, you're not the version of yourself that you once knew. You're not the guy that's going out and getting sacks, and you're on a new team, and you don't like your gameplay. You don't like how they're inserting you into the game plan. Like, it'd be a lot of things, but I think that's more so what it is. You don't feel like dealing. If a guy is not premier or featured, like here he was featured. Like, when he was playing for the Lions, he was featured. Aiden Hutchinson's out. He's the guy, blah, blah, blah. Now he's not. He's going there. They have a ton of rushers. He's an added rusher. He doesn't like that he's playing 6-7 snaps a game. They're not meaningful snaps to him. He's like, what am I doing this for? It's not that much money. I'd rather be doing X, Y, and Z. So he's leaving to go do X, Y, and Z.
Is it a way of saying his heart's not in it?
Yes.
Okay. How did you know when you were done?
Like, I just didn't have it.
You didn't have what you were before,
like,
right? Okay.
You watch the film, and I'm watching film in 2012 when I'm with the Seattle Seahawks. And don't get me wrong, like, I'm still saucing Richard Sherman up from time to time in practice. I'm killing Brandon Browner. You know, I'm doing my thing. But then I'm not loving it. And then my knees are hurting. And then the next day or the next morning, now I don't have it. So now I got to sit out of practice, or I had to not practice as hard. I'm like, this isn't me. Like, I like to compete every day. I want to talk bleep every day. I want to rest on Saturday, and then I want to go talk bleep on Sunday. Mm-hmm. But it was like, hey, got to rest this. Now I got to get orthovis shots in my knee. Now I got to sit out. Now I fly across country from Seattle to Detroit, get my whole family to come to the game. I'm excited. And guess what? I can't even play on the game because my knee swelled up and didn't go down. Like, that's not the Braylon Edwards I remember, and I'm not trying to talk in third person, but that's not what I remember from myself.
Yeah.
So I just had to tell myself that, look, I don't want to waste anybody's time. Most importantly, not mine.
Nobody knows it better than the athlete themselves.
Yeah.
It's a good question, though.
It's a great question.
So Zadarius
you can
Smith
watch film.
retires.
Like, it's when you watch film. Because, like, film is one of the most fun parts about it when you're young or when you're in your prime or when you still got it. Because you can watch yourself getting better. You can watch yourself make plays. You can watch yourself mess up, too. Mm-hmm. But it's fun to watch. When you're watching your stuff, you're like, damn, he covered me the whole route. Like, I was no steps. It wasn't anywhere for Russell to throw the ball. It's like, man, am I now only a red zone tight end version of myself?
This is not real.
So,
all right, let's get to a couple more before we're out of here.
Yeah, definitely. Michael Wary, our vet in the chat, number 1 crown in this chat. He sends in a $5 super. Guys, what are your thoughts on Alim McNeill coming back this week? I think it is just the jolt that the Detroit Lions need.
Yes. Remember, though, when players are coming back from injury, same thing happened with Aiden the first game, but also different. When you're talking ligaments, it's a little different than bone. So if he does come back this first game, expect no more than 10 plays and expect him to figure it out and go through the motion. It will be exciting to see him on the field, but don't expect a ton. Expect this to be kind of like a reapplication, getting him back into the defense, getting him back involved, understanding, getting the feels, going through, getting ready, preparing, and getting in there from time to time. So don't expect a ton, but watch the players to his left and watch the players to his right. Because to what you say, they will be reinvigorated. When you get a player like that back, I mean, he's one of the best players in the league at his position. That's where he was going last year. So to get that back, you'll see the excitement much like you saw the team when 97 started the season.
I love that he's back.
Yeah.
I think it's huge for this team. I think it just gives you something. As much as we have seen the disappointment with the loss of corners, Terry Arnold, DJ Reed, Brian Branch against Tampa, this guy's going to infuse this team a little bit. I think it's going to be contagious. I don't know how long it'll last, and I'm not saying that they're going to beat Tampa because of it, but this is a really big deal. I am a little surprised that he's coming back a week before the bye.
I'm not.
No?
Okay. No. One reason why, because he has the bye, so he'll be able to play a little bit, and then he'll be able to ice, stem, massage, heat, do all the things to get back for the next game in 2 weeks. But also, not the wrong choice of words. Apologize. Stricken that from the record. This game is serious. This game is important, and I believe what they've seen out of him for this last 3-week period, they're like, hey, Alim, we need you this week. Like, we want to put this on you, but we could use you. And so Alim has agreed. So 100%.
So are you saying if it were Tennessee, they wouldn't be playing him?
No, he wouldn't be playing.
Okay. All right. Another one. Go ahead.
It's the number one team in the NFC. And
I like that.
Yeah, definitely. Randall Smalls, $2 super chat. He just said, hey, I thought the bad guys were the Raiders. Earlier when you guys were talking about the Lions being kind of in the league's ire. Kenny Powers with the $5 super chat as well says the Lions are 4-2. Looking at our schedule, how important are these next 4 games for us, especially when you look ahead to the playoff picture?
Yeah, that's what they can't do is look ahead. Like, that's what they got. They got to start doing the cliche thing. It's just one game at a time. But these games are important. They're all important. You know, they're at game 6 now. Like, just let that sink in. There's only 10 games left in the regular season. It happened quick. So these games are important. And it starts with Monday night with a team that is number 1 and playing some really good ball on offense. They got injuries as well, but they always seem to figure it out. So no excuses for them. It's going to be a damn good game, and then you get a bye. It is so important to win before you go into a bye because it's just about the energy. It's just about the overall mindset, and it's about relaxing and refreshing knowing you won, Shep. It's something about losing. It makes the bye week miserable. Now guys are staying here. Now you're dialing in. Now you're overworking. Now you're not enjoying the bye. Now you're trying to make sure. Now you're overdoing it for that next opponent. You get this win. It could be major for you in terms of just the mindset. We talk so much with Planet Fitness. Your mental health is just as important as your physical health. Well, this would be a huge mental situation for the Detroit Lions. You get that win. This is you. Like, this is you for the whole 10 days.
With the shoes and all.
You got the shoes up, the Ja Morant threes. You just relaxing. You just chilling, watching some TV, ordering some Coney Island. You know what I'm saying? This is what I would do on my off week. You lose, it's a lot different. You're going to be dialed in Allen Park. You're going to be watching all the film you can, and you're going to be in that weight room.
We're going to be watching film tomorrow because tomorrow is Thursday. You know what Thursday means? I know you think it's Haircut Thursday. For me, it means Braylon's Breakdown at 3 o'clock. We hope you can join us. Thanks for joining us today. This week, that's all right. He's still breaking them down. He's breaking them down tomorrow here on the Braylon Edwards Show. Join us 2 o'clock here on Woodward Sports. Have a great Wednesday, everybody.
Who are we even?
Ever wonder what goes on inside the game?
Deep ball's got a man and got him. Touchdown, Braylon Edwards.
Join Braylon Edwards and Shep.
Edwards has it. 10, 5, touchdown.
On the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Lamar looks in zone. Got Edwards for the touchdown.
Where they dive deep into the heart of sports. Weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m., they're bringing you expert analysis, exclusive interviews, and a fresh perspective on the sports you love. Don't miss it, only on the Woodward Sports Network.